Okay. Yeah, good afternoon, girls. So yeah, last time we did the definite integration, right? And we were solving all the questions. Some of the questions were left. So we'll be doing that also. And last time we did the curve sketching as well, right? So there was some difficulties in inverse part, the inverse trig sketches, right? So if we get the time, we'll also discuss that. So first, before we start the rest questions, we will be doing first the area under curve part. Okay. So before I start area under curve, you must be knowing while when we were calculating definite integration, it was basically we were calculating nothing but the sine end area. We just assumed that my definite integration is nothing but a machine which calculates the signed area. But now area and signed area, what's the difference between area and signed area? Area is basically a positive quantity, right? When we say signed area, we are actually associating the plus or minus part of it, right? So when I say what is the sign of this area? So it will be a positive quantity. What will be the area of this part? The area will remain positive. I'm not saying signed area, I'm saying area. Okay, so area in both ways, it will remain positive. So somewhere the definite integration and area under curve is all over a same game. Just we have to do a little changing. Like wherever we find the negative signed area, we're making it the positive. And how to make that thing positive? How to make a curve, a negative curve, a positive one? By just taking the mod, it will mod fx will make the whatever you are lying, whatever things which is lying below the x-axis, that will be reflected up exactly at the same, right? So so before we start doing questions, I wanted to discuss the types which you will be uh, getting while solving the questions. Let's say when I have to find the area of this curve, let's say this is fx. I'm just going to do, let's say this is x is equal to a and this x is equal to b. So if I ask you what is the area between the curve fx and the ordinate from, okay, so you understand it? So we have to find the area. So the answer would be a to b fx dx, right? No issue with this type of questions, right? When you see something like, let's say this is gx. So how I'm going to find the area? A to b So you saw, so why we did the curve sketching last time? Because while solving the questions of area under curve, we should be very much well versed with the curve part. The moment we have drawn the curve, the moment we have drawn the function, it won't be a difficult task to find the area because it's nothing but just a definite integration. Wherever we see the negative part, we'll make it a positive part. Okay. So these two curves are fine with you? Okay. Now let's say if you get something like this, how to find this area? So I'm going to break the thing into a to c fx dx plus c to d mod plus d to b. Okay. This is fine. No issue with this. Okay. Should I rub this? when I have to find this, if I call this as fx and this as gx. So what will be the area? A to b fx minus gx. Since it's very clear that fx is greater and gx is smaller, we can. But whenever it's not very clear, you can put mod of fx minus gx dx. Actually, this is the only when you were finding the area of this curve, you actually use the same thing. Instead of gx, what you put? 0. Okay. So you understood? Both are positive, no issue. fx minus gx mod dx. Okay. Should I have this? And what about this? How to find this area? How to find the area? This is fx, this is gx. I have to find this area. Obviously, the area chopped between these two curves. fx plus gx. The same story. Why? Why? Because it's already, till here it was positive, you are finding differences. Here it is negative. Negative minus negative makes it positive, so it will be fine. There won't be issue with it. Okay. So that formula, mod fx minus gx dx. Okay. You have to take mod y because you're not sure whether fx is greater or gx is greater. Clear? Should I have this? Now, if you get something like this, the other mark. The broken one is gx, and the direct one is fx. This is the broken graph is of gx, and the continuous graph is of fx. It's not a broken graph. I have just shown it to differentiate between fx and gx. Now, if I say this point as A, this as B, this as C, what will be the area? A to B plus B to C ठीक है. And whenever you are not sure, curve sketch कर लोगे, you will be very sure which is greater, which is. If not sure, take a mod thing. Okay. Clear? No issue with it. Why? Okay. So you're fine, right? You understood this? Now, let's say you've drawn some curve and it turned out to be something like this. A shark shape. Okay, shark tail shape. So let's say this is fx. Let's say this is gx. Okay. How to find the area? If I say this is A, this is B, this is C. How to find the area? The same way. But can anyone tell me the other way? See, if it's a shark shape thing, right? And it's difficult. I have to find this point and then break it, and then I have to do two integrations basically, right? I have to do 2 integrations. So whenever I see this type of shapes, I always try to prefer this type of area. I try to find the area this way, where you can draw the horizontal. The whatever the last types we discussed, you were actually breaking the vertical rectangles, right? Now I'm asking you to break the horizontal rectangles. So what is the idea behind this? I'll put x in terms of y, and here also x in terms of y, and then this minus this dy. Getting the idea? Things will be very fine. Only one, just I have to put, okay, what is y here and what is y here. I just have to, getting the idea? This is y is equal to gx now. We'll show you the example also. But you should know that whenever it's very easy to draw the horizontal lines or a shark shape thing. You know? So always try to find in a dy form. I'll tell you what are the sign convention when dy form is there. Okay, so you understood when to use dy form? Okay. So the sign convention will remain same. Let's say this is your x is equal to fy. Okay, this is a curve, x is equal to fy. This is a, this is b. So area will be a to b fy dy, right? And if I put this here, so mod. Okay, so if I put this is gy is equal to x. So what will be the area of this? A to b mod of, okay. The same story for the all the cases also. Okay, when you have to find something like, okay, you have to find this area. So this will be x is equal to fy. This is equal to x is equal to gy. So area would be fy minus gy dy. Not sure, put the mod. Let's say this is A, this is B. So getting the idea, we are doing the same story. Last time we were finding the vertical rectangles. Here we are breaking the curve into horizontal rectangles. It means I am writing my curve in terms of y. And then I am integrating in terms of y. Clear? No issue with this? So whenever you see a shark shape or something like, it's easier to, if you get the function x is equal to something very comfortable rather than y is equal to uncomfortable part. Okay, clear? Now the last case, there is nothing new in this topic, as you must be seeing. We are just understanding what are there. Now the last part, let's say if you get x in a parametric form as ft, y also in terms of t. Okay, and you have to find the area when x goes from a to x is equal to b के बीच में ये curve का. Get the idea? Question क्या है? Question है क्योंकि whatever the curve is, whatever the portion comes to this part, I have to find the area. Right? This is the question. X is equal to a say x is equal to b, the limit. Okay. Now, whenever you see these type of questions, you must have studied locus or coordinate geometry in class 11th, right? So you must be knowing how to eliminate the t part. You must be knowing how to convert parametric locus to algebraic locus. You know how to convert that? As for example, if I say 2t upon 1 plus t square, comma 1 minus t square upon 1 plus t square. If I say this is my xy, what will be the algebraic locus of this function, this parametric locus? The idea is I have to eliminate t. How to go for it? Huh? If I say x is this, y is this, how to get the curve? Okay. Yeah, we were doing this in indefinite definite part. So you must be knowing this form. Must have seen this form even in the trigonometric class. So what should I keep my t as? Tan theta. If I put t as tan theta, this will become my x is, my y is. So my x square plus y square is equal to, it's just a unit circle. It's just a unit circle. Okay, and you know how to find the area. If I give you the x is equal to minus half, say x is equal to half, find the area of that circle. Getting the idea? So whenever you see something like x given in terms of t and y given in terms of, that is nothing but a parametric locus given. And you just have to eliminate that t and get your thing in xy, that is algebraic locus. You understand algebraic locus, geometric locus, and parametric locus? You do not understand that? You understand locus? Good. What is locus? Okay, path traced by. So you know how to convert geometric locus to parametric, parametric to geometric to geometric to algebraic. We have algebraic to geometric we did last time. The curve sketching. It was nothing but we were plotting my algebraic part into the geometric part. And in class 11th, you have done the geometric to algebraic by when we give you the geometric conditions and you put h comma k and then follow all the steps, eliminate all the variables, and then convert h to x and k to y, and that becomes your algebraic locus. And in parametric locus, you know, just eliminate t, you get back to algebraic locus. But how to get from algebraic locus to parametric locus? If I ask you to vice versa, that how to convert from algebraic locus to parametric locus, you just have to put one thing t, the other counterpart, or whatever you feel like. There can be infinite number. See, I put x square plus y square as this. I could have even given that cos theta common sine theta. I could have given cos sine alpha common cos alpha, whatever the parameter. I could have given t comma under root 1 minus t square. There are various ways of presenting parametric. So whenever you see algebraic to parametric, it must be more than one options. The answer would be more than one options. You have to select all, you have to check all the options. Parametric to algebraic, only one answer. But algebraic to parametric, there may be more answers, right? So you understood? So whenever you see, eliminate, get the curve, find the area. In case it's very difficult, to eliminate, then what to do? When we have to find the area, and it's very, I put GT, sorry, that will be GT. Okay. If I have to find the area and I'm not able to eliminate t's, there can be chances that you won't be able to eliminate t. Then how to find the area? You'll simply do a to b. You have to find the area between a to b, and this is nothing but y dx. This is what the area is all about, and this is what we have to find, right? Now, you just have to do little manipulation. We can do it. We have to take care of the limits, which means ft is equal to a. So I have to replace everything by t1 and t2. So how to replace? Getting the idea? You have to take care of that. Like the things have come into t part, and I want everything to be in t part. So how I can change the limit? When I know x is equal to a and x is equal to ft. So a is equal to ft1. I have to find that t1 for which I get, and I have to find that Getting the idea? Even if you are not able to eliminate it, you can find it. Clear? Saw the idea? No issue with it? Okay, let's do some questions and then we'll try to, we don't have much time today. We have to finish up fast. So you understood? We have understood all the types. All the 4 types initial, the X thing. Then when to use the Y thing, means when to use the horizontal thing. And then when we are given the curves in a parametric form, how to get rid of that parameter. And then if we are not able to get rid of parameter, then we are simply going to use this thing, right? So we are just going to stick to the basics and the basics will make us find the answer. Let's do the first question. Find the area bounded by the curve y is equal to x square plus 1 and x plus y is equal to 3. So we must know how to draw this graph. One is parabola and other one is straight line. So how to go for it? Let's say y is equal to x square plus 1. So at point of intersection, like, so I cannot get 0 anywhere for y is equal to 0. There won't be any x, right? But I can put x is equal to 0. I'll get y is equal to 1. Okay. Now it's a parabola with a positive thing. We have already done it. So what will be the graph? Anna? It's just a x square pulled up by 1 unit. That is y minus 1 is equal to x square. Clear? Now the second is just a straight line. X plus y is equal to 3. We have intercept 3 as y intercept and x as x intercept is also. Can you please remove the cursor from there? That is x plus y is equal to 3, right? So let's say this is my 3 and this is my 3. So it will be something like this line, right? So I have to find the area, this area. So what is the challenging part? Find the point of intersection. We know which is greater. We know for all the range, whatever the area we have to find, this is my positive, this is greater. So it will be this minus this. Okay, now the idea is I have to find my x, both the x. So I'll just put y from one equation. I'll put y is nothing but 3 minus x and I'll put it in the other curve. So 3 minus x should be equal to x square plus 1. So it will turn out to be x square plus x minus 2, right? This will turn out to be x is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root 1 plus 8 by 2. That is minus 1 plus minus 3 by 2, which makes it minus 2 and 1, right? So I got this point. This is x is equal to 1 and this is x is equal to minus 2. So area would be minus 2 to 1. Y is equal to 3 minus x. Y is equal to x square plus 1. So 3 minus x square plus 1 dx. You don't have to take mod because you know which is greater and which is smaller. Right? Very easy question. Go for the second question. Find the area. It's an IIT JEE question also. Find the area bounded by the curve y is equal to root x and y is equal to under root 4 minus 3x. Since the moment after 2007, 2006, we have shifted to the objective part more. So there are very reduced number of questions from area. There's hardly any questions from area. Okay. So, and we have already finished definite integration, so there won't be an issue. So, solve question number 2. You know how to sketch y is equal to root x? You know how to sketch root 4 minus 3x? We've already done that. How to go for it? First, I'm going to draw y is equal to under root 4 minus 3x. Okay. So first, I'm going to draw the 4 minus 3x graph. The 4 minus 3x graph. What it will be? At x is equal to 0, it will be y is equal to 4 somewhere here. Sorry, I'm just drawing 4 minus 3x graph. I'm just drawing 4 minus 3x graph. And at if I put y as 0, x would turn out to be 4 by 3. 4 by 3, right? So this was 0, 4, and this is 4 by 3, 0, right? So this is my line. It cannot be go below because we have to find the square root part. So whatever we see below, I'm just going to wipe it off. So this is my curve, right? Here we have nothing. Okay, the domain is nothing here. Now, what are the pivot points? I want 0 and I want 1. Square root में क्या होता है? 0 to 1 क्या होता है? Increased. ठीक है? And so it will be this way. Clear? Increased and then decreased. Clear? 4 से 2 हो गया. This is the graph. Any issue with the graph? No? What about y is equal to root x? Right? This is the graph of y is equal to root x, and this is the graph of y is equal to. Do we get a shark shape thing? So how to go for it? Both way we can solve it. We can also solve it vertical. We can also solve it horizontal. Which one you would prefer to solve? Horizontal. Okay, let's do it then. This is my under root 4 minus 3x graph, which means y square is equal to 4 minus 3x, which means 3x is equal to 4 minus y square. This is my graph, right? And this graph is going to be x is equal to y square, right? It's easy now. I have to go from 0 to, what is this position? I'm just going to solve 4 minus y square by 3 is equal to y square. So it will be y square is 1. So y is equal to 1. So the answer would be 0 to 1. This is my positive and this is my negative. So 4 minus y square by 3 minus easy to solve. You could have solved even that way also. That okay. This is root x. 0. This point would have been, if I put y as 1, then x is also 1. Okay. So this point turns out to be 0 to 1 root x dx plus 1 to 4 by 3 root. Both ways fine. You will get the same answer. Okay. But obviously, root calculation makes you a little more irritated. But the polynomial is easier to deal. We have already done the third question. Last time we have already done. Did we? You remember? Tell me the answer then. Third part. See, this is y is equal to log mod x. So I'm not talking about log x. I'm talking about log mod x. The graph would be like something like. How the graph is going to be? Log x तो मुझे पता है. इधर भी होगा क्या? This is the mod part. So yes, इधर भी होगा. Just a mirror image, right? Beautiful graph. Now, you see, they haven't told me from where to where we have to find the area. He just told me that I have to find the area between this curve and this axis. So I see many areas here. I see this portion. I see this portion. I see this portion. I see this portion. And I see this is nothing but infinite area. And this is nothing but infinite area. So he must be talking about these two areas. Okay, you have to be very careful while finding the area. You have to be very picky that, okay, you have to guess that which of the part, if it's not clear in the question, then you must be very mathematical in approach, thinking that what area must be the questioner asking, right? So I can make sure, okay, this is infinity, this is infinity. This looks like it's going to infinity. Might be it will also be turned out to be infinity, but it is squeezing out, squeezing it, right? Right? Though it is blowing at infinity, at 0, but it is squeezing. We have already calculated this area last time in definite integration, 0 to 1 log x dx. And since it is an even function, it will be just twice. What is the area of this? Just find the answer, tell me. Last time we did this calculation, 0 to 1 log x dx. We put the L'Hopital rule in finding the area, and it turned out to be, I think, 1. This area turned out to be 1, I think, 1 unit. Anna? Just check it out. I'm giving you 1 minute. This is the integration, x log x minus x. This is the integration, right? So 1 log 1 minus 1 minus 0, sorry, limit x approaching 0 plus x log x minus 0. Right? Huh? यही हुआ था ना? And what was the limit of this? L'Hopital. This is infinity, this is 0, so I'm going to make it infinity by infinity. Differentiate it. So it will be minus 1 by x, something like 0. So it will turn out to be minus 1. This is 0 and this is minus 1. So the area turns out to be minus 1. We cannot, this is just a signed area. So plus 1 and plus 1 plus 2, right? Fourth is very easy question. Find the area bounded by y is equal to sin x and y is equal to cos x between two consecutive point of intersection. Any two consecutive point of intersection. You know the graph of sin x and cos x. And you know the point of intersection. What is the point of intersection? First quadrant में कहाँ पे मिलते हैं? 5 pi by 4 पे मिलते हैं ना? Sorry, pi by 4 पे मिलते हैं. And then this is, I'm going to draw with red this cos x graph. This is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. And this is 2 pi. So I see something like, okay. And then I see something like this. And then something like this. So I see this is my, and this is my. This is pi by 4. And this is 5 pi by 4. This is the intersection. First quadrant and the third quadrant. Which one is greater? But we have to take the total mod thing. So you will be able to handle it. Right? Sin x. देखो यहाँ तक क्या है? Sin x minus cos x. ठीक है? यहाँ पे भी sin x minus cos x, everything will be taken care till here. ठीक है? Finally यहाँ से तुम्हें mod लेना होगा. क्योंकि total negative आने लगेगा area. That has to be taken as positive, and then you have to find it. Okay. No issue with it. Do I have to show you the calculation? X is equal to pi by 4 to x is equal to 5 pi by 4. You know how to break the graph, right? Now the next question is, what is it? Just tell me. Find the area bounded. What are these curves? X plus 2y square is equal to 0 and x plus 3y square is equal to 1. What will be the shape of the curve? Is it a parabola? Yes, it's a parabola. So you just have to draw two parabola and then you have to find the area bounded by them. So if I say 2y square is equal to minus x, y square is equal to x is a parabola this way. And when I say y square into minus of x, it will be something like left hand parabola. The vertex is going to be 0, 0. The vertex of this parabola is going to be 0, 0. It's easy to draw. This parabola is nothing but 3y square 1 minus x. So I have to shift. First I have to take the negative of x and then I have to shift 1 right. Right? The conversion would be something like this. If you see, this is 3y square is equal to minus of x minus 1, right? It is nothing but y square is equal to minus 1 by 3 of x minus 1. This is the parabola. So I'm just going to draw it. The vertex has been shifted to 1, 0 and it is in this shape. So it will be something like this, right? And this point would be, I want my x to be 0. So it turns out to be 1 by 3. So 1 by root 3. Right? Now the other parabola is nothing but y square is equal to minus half x. The vertex is somewhere here, but it would be opening up more. So it would be something like this. Right? So you have to find the area. It's just a symmetrical thing. You just have to find the above area and then, okay, which way you are going to go for? Horizontal or vertical? Horizontal, because you see a shark shape, right? You see a shark shape, you can go horizontally. So what is this? And we have got the polynomials. Both are y squares, right? Function in y squares, function in y squares, minus that, minus that. What is the challenging part? To find this two points, or just this point. You just have to put x in place of whatever you see x here. Just put x is equal to minus 2y square here. Solve this quadratic. You'll get 2 y's. Okay, just put 1 y and then double it up. You see this is symmetrical. The moment graph is done, area is done. I think you should have made it out, right? If you are well versed with the graph, the area chapter is dealt with. The second calculative or the little messy part is to find the point of intersection, which is not a big deal, right? Can we go down? Sketch the region bounded by y is equal to, only the challenging part is to find draw the graph. So you know how to draw y is equal to x square, and you know how to draw y is equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square. How to go for it? To बताओ क्या होगा graph? जल्दी से बताओ. 2 upon 1 plus x square, right? I see at x is equal to 0, y is my 2. And I see that at what I'm going to see that it doesn't have any vertical asymptote, but it does have the horizontal asymptote at infinity. See, you have got 2 upon a very large number, so that turns out to be a 0. Even for the negative, it's an even function, we know that. So whatever we see on the right will have same on the left. And we see that, okay, at infinity it is something like this. Okay, at infinity is something like this, and at x is equal to 0 it is something like here, right? Concentrate here. You see this? Now I have to see the local max or local min of the graph. So I'm just going to differentiate f prime x. So it turns out to be 1 plus x square ka square into 1 plus x square. What is the differentiation of 0? 2, 0, and then minus 2 into 2x. So finally it turns out to be x is equal to 0 is my point, a critical point, and that turns out to be my, if we double differentiate it, that would turn out to be a negative number. So what does it mean? It says that it is my local max. ये ऐसे कह के तुम numbers भी डालते तो guess कर सकते थे. It's something like this only, right? So this is my local max. So it will be something like this graph. Okay. The other graph is y is equal to x square. Very easy to draw. You just have to find this and double it up. So what is the point of intersection? You have to find this also. Y is equal to x square and y is equal to, so you just have to write x square is equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square. Right? It's not a 4-degree thing. It will turn out to be a 4-degree thing, but you can easily break that into quadratic thing because you only see the even powers. Okay? Third one, seventh one is what is that curve x square plus y square is equal to 4a square? What is it? It's a circle. Very good. And what is the other curve? Parabola. So you have a circle and parabola. Find the point of intersection. It's a symmetrical thing. So you will just have to find. Okay. No issue with it. Question number 8. Find the area bounded by x square plus y square is equal to 25 and 4y is equal to 4 mod of 4. Acha, how to go for mod? First, I'm going to draw 4 minus x square graph. And whatever I see down, I'll just push it up. Right? So I can easily draw 4y is equal to mod 4 minus x square. I can easily draw that circle x square plus y square is equal to 25. And I just have to find the area in first quadrant. The only challenging part is to find the point of intersection. You can easily handle that. Okay. Down. Ninth is a good question. Let's solve it. What is the graph? 4y square is equal to 4x square minus x cube. Have you drawn anything like that before? But we know the techniques, right? We know the techniques. I see 4y square is equal to 4x square minus x cube. I'm going to see 4x square minus x cube. I want this has to be always positive. Then only we can satisfy it. Because right hand side will always be positive. So it has to be positive. So I can say x square into 4, x to be positive means x square into x minus 4 needs to be 0, 4 means so only this zone, the graph is going to be in that zone only, 0 to 4 zone only, right? Now intersection point of axis, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 4, right? And I see y square. If I replace y by minus y, I see the same thing. So it means it will be symmetrical about x-axis. So whatever I see up, it will be same as down. And I know 4 के इधर कुछ नहीं होगा, 0 के इधर कुछ नहीं होगा, right? At x is equal to 0 पे ये होगा और at x is equal to 4 पे ये होगा. And whatever I see up, whatever the same thing will be in the down. Now the question is, let's say I'm going to This is nothing but two functions, 4y square, right? It is nothing but two functions. So I'm going to break this as 2y is equal to under root 4x square minus x cube, right? I can find the x into under root 4 minus x, right? Now I have to find the dy by dx part. That will give me the critical point. So I'm just going to find dy by dx. It turns out to be under root 4 minus x plus x into right, and then into minus 1, right? This needs to be equal to 0 for finding the critical point. So I'm going to cross multiply it. So it will be 2 into 4 minus x is equal to 0, right? So it will turn out to be 8 is equal to 3x. So x turns out to be 8 by 3. Okay, so you can even guess it that we have got only one critical point. It has to be local max. You want to check it? Check it. How to check it? The double derivative. Double derivative turns out to be negative. So it will be something 8 by 3. 8 by 3 will be somewhere here. So it will be something like this, right? So this is the graph, and you know how to find it. How to solve this question? Just twice of 4. What is the graph? You can even break the thing into horizontal also, but horizontal things will be very critical. So you just keep it in a vertical thing. 0 to 4 under root upon 4 upon 2 basically, right? And then you can handle it by parts or whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, easy question, no issue with it. Okay, question number 10. Find the area bounded by y is equal to x square, x-axis and tangent to the parabola at 1, 1. So you know the parabola y is equal to x square. You know x-axis. How to find a tangent to the parabola at 1, 1? What will be the dy by dx of the graph? 2x. So what is going to the slope? 2. So equation of the tangent, y minus 1 upon x minus 1 is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2x minus 2 plus 1. That is 2x minus 1. So you know the graph. So it will be something like it will be something like this. So you have to find this area. What do you see? Shark shape. Do it that way on the horizontal part. Okay. If you're going to do it on a, see what are the issues if you're going to do it with a vertical thing. You have to break this here and then you have to put fx minus gx, hell lot of calculation, hell lot of messy thing. So keep it a thumb rule. Whenever you see a shark shape, you are going to break it into horizontal part. Okay. Next page. Okay, it's a good question. Let an be the area bounded by the curve y is equal to tan x to the power n, and the lines x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. Obviously, it means it is talking on the first quadrant, right? And prove that for n greater than 2, an plus an minus 2 is equal to 1 upon n minus 1, and deduce 1 upon 2n plus 2 is greater than an is sorry a 1 upon 2n plus 2 is lesser than an is lesser than 1 upon 2n minus 2. So how to go for it? I see an, I see tan x to the power n, so I'm going to do the directional formula thing, right? So first I must understand how to find an. So what my an is going to be? 0 to, okay, tell me tan x 0 to pi by 4 में क्या होता है? कहाँ lie करता है? What is the range of tan x from 0 to pi by 4? 0 to 1, है ना? 0 to 1. And whenever you raise anything as an integral power from 0 to 1, the graph push down or pushed up? Push down, it reduces, right? That is why you see this thing. Okay, we'll see how. You have to find this thing, which means tan x to the power n dx. How to simplify this reduction thing? What should I take out? Should I take out tan square x? Why should we take out tan square x? Because tan square x will give me sec square x. Getting the idea? So I'm going to say 0 pi by 4 got the idea? So I'm going to make it 0 to pi by 4 tan x to the power n minus 2 minus, right? n minus 2 आ जाएगा. So on left hand side I got something like an. ये कुछ प्रूफ करना है क्या? सॉल्व करो इसे. If this is t, this is dt, so this becomes t to the power n minus plus 1, that is t to the power n minus 1 upon, what is tan pi by 4? What is 1 to the power n minus 1? 1. And what is 0? 0. So thing will turn out to be, so first part is done. an plus n minus 2, right? यहाँ तक कोई issue है? No. Using this, I can also say that an plus 2 plus an is equal to 1 upon n plus 1. Can I say this? Can I say this? I just replaced n by n plus 2. I can say this? Okay. Should I rub the upper part? 0 to pi by 4 में tan x कहाँ पे lie कर रहा है? 0 to 1. When you see tan x between 0 to 1, if I say tan x to the power 100 and I say tan x to the power 102, which area is going to be greater? Tan x to the power 100 0 to pi by 4 or tan x to the power 102 pi by 4? I'm asking you, A100 या A102, which is going to be greater? A100 is going to be greater. Why? Because this is tan x 0 to pi by 4, that is 1. Tan x square, pull down. Tan x cube, further pull down. 4, further pull down, pull down, pull down. It will keep on pull down, right? So if I say tan x to the power 100, if I say half to the power 100 or half to the power 102, which is going to be greater? Right? Sorry. So I can say an can I say this? I can say it easily, comfortably. So an plus 2 can be written as 1 upon n plus 1 right? If I add the same terms to all the sides, the equality changes. When I add the same terms to all the sides, no, it doesn't change. So I'm going to add an to all the thing. Okay, proof. Okay. No issue with it. Good question, right? Now try 12th. Find the area of the curves y is equal to. Okay, you can handle this. 12th. You can draw the sketch. Just show me the sketch of this graph. 12th. Okay. You draw the graph. This graph, y is equal to 2x to the power 4 minus x square. Okay, is it an even graph? It's going to be an even function, right? And I see the point of intersection. So if I say 2x to the power 4 minus x square is equal to 0, I'm going to make x square out. So this will be 2x square minus 1. So I see x is 0, and it's a double point. It's a double point. And x is equal to plus minus 1 by root 2, right? I must find out the critical points as well. So I say 8x cube minus 2x, which is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 and or लिखो, or x is equal to x gone plus minus 1 by 2, right? Plus minus 1 by 2, which is greater by root 2 or 1 by 2? 1 by root 2, right? So I see my, now I have to see whether it is local max, local min, or just nothing. So I'll take the double derivative. What will be the double derivative? 24x square. So it's going to be a positive thing. It's going to be a positive thing. So it's a min. It's a local min. Both are local min. Now the question is the extent of graph, the plus and minus of graph. I see the critical point 0, 1 by root 2, minus 1 by root 2, plus minus double point, minus plus. Right? Obviously, it has to be local min only. Okay? Infinity पे infinity जा रहा है. So graph would be something like, and where it is local min कहाँ पे है? Half पे. So half समझ लो यहाँ है. Half is somewhere here. So it will be right. This is the graph. So what is the area you should find? This ये तो infinity है. ये infinity, obviously he wants to ask you this and this. Okay. Look for 13. Consider a square with vertices 1, 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, comma 1, and 1, comma minus 1. See all the 4 quadrants, the vertices are put on the xy line. X is equal to y line, x plus y is equal to line. 1, 1. minus 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, right? Now, he's talking about a region, S. उस region पे all the points inside the square which are nearer to origin than to the edge. He wants all those points which are near to origin. So it must be a region, and you have to find the area of that region. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, is my graph going to be symmetrical in all the 4 quadrants? It's going to be. So पहले तो स्क्वायर बना लेते हैं. Let's draw the square first. Let's make this as 1, 1, and this as and this as. So it turns out to be. So this is my square, right? Okay. Now this is 1, 1. This is go. Right. Now, let's say the point is h comma k. Whatever that this will be, same story here, same story here, same story here. So just I have to find this and multiply it with the 4 part. So now the question is, what is the equation of this h? X is equal to, and what is the equation of this h? Okay, now I'm going to consider this point h comma k lying in the region of S, that region where it is nearer to origin. What is the distance between origin and this? Right? And I want this to be nearer, which means less than. If I consider this h, what is the distance between this? 1 minus h. And if I'm going to consider this h, and condition, right? Clear? I'm not comfortable when I see this. So how to get rid of this? Square it up. So I can say h square plus k square is less than 1 plus h square minus 2h, and h square plus k square is less than 1 plus k square 2k. So I can, इसको मैं लिख रहा हूँ h gone, so I can say x square plus, sorry, k is y na, y square plus 2x minus 1 should be less than 0, and k gone, x square plus 2y minus 1 less than 0. Right? I've just replaced h by, this is how we used to do the locus thing, right? So I know that, okay, these two common area, this graph, I know how to find the less than area graph, na? So 0 is, origin is satisfying this equation. Origin is also satisfying this equation, means origin side will be my favorable zone, right? So I'm going to draw this graph. Should I draw with red? How this graph going to look like? Y square is equal plus 2x minus 1. At x is equal to 0, x is going to be half. I'm drawing this with red. Okay, at x is equal to x is equal to 0, y is going to be, at x is equal to 0, y is going to be 1, and at y is equal to 0, x is going to be half. So this is going to be the graph, and y square minus 2x. Okay, so this is going to be this way. right? Now I'm drawing this with black, this one. Okay, I'm talking about this zone, है ना? Red से कर लेते हैं zone. This is my favorable zone, but it's not both the conditions, just one condition. At x is equal to 0, y is going to be half, and so which zone is my overall common favorable zone? This one. So whatever this area, 4 times will be my area. But the question is, what is this point? Even if you're going for horizontal, you should know that point, right? So how to go for it? ये दोनों ग्राफ देखो, ये दोनों में क्या सिमिलर है? इस दोनों ग्राफ को गौर से देखो. Has anything replaced its exchange itself? Y has been replaced by x and x has been replaced by y. When it happens? When it happens, y is equal to x line. So it will short it will meet at y is equal to x. So just put one part as x here, or y square plus 2y minus 1, or x square plus 2x minus 1. Solve that part. What you'll get? X square plus 2x minus 1, 0. So minus 2 plus minus 4 plus b square minus 4 upon 2. So minus 2 plus minus 2 root 2 by 2. So minus 1 plus minus root 2. So it's going to be root 2 minus 1. So this point is root 2 minus 1. So अब जो break करोगे, whenever you are going to break, you have to be careful which one is black. So you have to write y in terms of x, and 0 to root 2 minus 1, and then root 2 minus 1 to half this graph. You have to be very careful. गलती हो सकती है. That is why I marked with red and marked with black. ठीक है? कभी कभी ये गलती हो जाती है कि ये लिख देते इस पे, ये लिख देते इस पे. So you have to be very sure. Okay? 10 minutes left. Okay, can we go to the next page? So the area part is very easy. You can handle the questions. Okay. In next class, you can discuss whatever the doubts are. Last time we left some of the definite questions, so we are going to discuss that first. Go to the next page, please, fast. The third page. Okay, down. Okay, last time we finished till 14, right? 15 and 16, I wanted to discuss a very good question, very important question. Did you try these questions? Whatever we left? No? You don't have access to these questions? Or do you have? No? You guys are not getting these questions. Why don't you get the scan photocopies of every questions? Just take it after the class, just take the questions, okay? 0 to greatest integer x to the power x upon 2 to. Okay. So how to go for it? Let's say my x is something like n plus f, where n is my integral part and f is my fractional part. So this thing will turn out to be something like 0 से 1 to the power x dx. 0 से 1 क्या होगा ये? 0, that is 1. Similarly, n minus 1 से n, क्या होगा 2 पे पावर कौन सा होगा? Okay, any issue with this? Very easy to handle this. Now we can see and put the sigma thing. Okay, I'm going to say 2 to the power x dx upon 2 to the power r. Okay, my r is beginning from 0 and minus 1. Okay, so, and what are the limits going to be? R to r plus 1. So I am going to say this, r is equal to 0, n minus 1, 2 to the power minus r, 2 to the power r plus 1 minus 2 to the power r by log 2. Can I say this? Any issue with this? 2 by r is just a constant thing, it will come out. 2 to the power x dx is 2 to the power x upon log 2. I've just applied the limit to the power r plus 1, and it is 2 to the power minus r. I can take out 1 by log 2 out, and it goes from r is equal to 0, say n minus 1. If I multiply, get inside, so r minus r will be 0, it will be left with 2 minus 1. So it will be 1 upon log 2 r0, say n minus 1, 1. How many terms are there from 0 to n minus 1? N terms. Clear? Let's go to the second question, 16th. You guys are making notes? Okay. घर पे जाके you make it in a fair thing. Okay, you are assimilating every part. While making the notes, do you feel any difficulties or any issues? Whenever you feel it, just ask me, okay? Now, see the question. I have I is 0 to a x to the power n dx, where a is an integer. Okay, a is an integer. Show that I is a to the power n plus 1 minus sigma r is equal to 1 to a to the power n r to the power 1 by 8, right? So I'm going to break thing 0 to 1, right? Then 1, what will be the limit here? 2 or 2 to the power 1 by n? 2 to the power 1 by n, because remember x square thing, we used to do it root 2, cube thing, cube root 3 to the power, and then up to a to the power n minus 1 now tell me 0 to 1 क्या होगा? 0, so it will go off. 1 to the power 1 by n, it will be 1. It will be 2 dx till a to the power n minus 1 to a, what will be this thing? See, 2, 3, so a to the power, all are constants, so I'm going to make it a summation thing. Okay, r okay dx, and then r dx, r is out, and it is varying from r is equal to 1 to कहां तक जा रहे हैं हम लोग e to the power n minus 1. Clear? Now this will be, we don't have much time over. Do we have 2 minutes? No? Okay. R. So I can say r into r plus 1 to the power 1 minus n, r to the power 1 by n. You can further solve it. You will get the telescopic series. And you know how to handle the telescopic series? Hai na? The moment you know how to handle the telescopic series, if you see the greater term minus the smaller term, the greater term retains and the smaller term becomes, put the value whatever at the last value of it is. If it's 0, put the value 0. If it's 1, put the value 1 in place of n. Okay? Okay then, we don't have much time. Sorry for taking so much time. Okay, bye-bye. Why is it any motivational lecture going on? Okay.
Good morning, girls. Do you remember me? What's my name? Yes, my name is Monica Kapoor, and I just want to interact all the girls sitting in all the centers today. Okay, and how is your preparation going on? Tell me about your board exam as well as your JEE mains and advance. How it's going on? Tell me. It's going on? Okay, your exam is on 3rd of April. That is offline exam. Okay, and online is on 9th and 10th April. How many months are left now? December going on, January, February, and March. Very few time is left for you. So I just want to share some tips with you. I will give you 9 tips. So write down. First tip is no shortcut. No shortcut for the hard work. Okay. Don't find out any shortcut. You have to work very hard and it should be clear in your mind. Okay. So first tip is no shortcut to your hard work. Second thing, your hard work should have a right direction. Your hard work should have a right direction. Right direction means that you should have a fixed timetable with you. You should have a fixed plan with you what you are going to do. For example, if you are going to study 3 topics tomorrow, it should be clear in your mind before that time. So before sleeping, every should be in your mind that what you are going to do next day. आप क्या करने जा रहे हैं वो आपके mind में पहले से clear होना चाहिए. This is just one example. So for every planning, you should have a right direction. Everything should be fixed. Timetable should be fixed with you. Okay, so the second tip is right direction for your hard work. Write down third tip. It is very strong concept building. Concept building. Strong concept building. In every subject you are studying concepts, okay, but your concept should be strong. It means if you are not aware of any concept, if you are weak in any concept, or there is a problem in any concept, then understand it. Don't ignore it. Don't run away from that concept. होता क्या है जिससे हमें डर लगता है हम दूर भागते हैं. ये स्पिरिट यू हैव टू स्टॉप. ओके, आपको डर लगता है आप उसको पढ़िए, दोबारा पढ़िए. डू मेनी ऑफ टाइम्स. ओके, प्रैक्टिस इट many of times so that you can overcome your weakness. You can take help of your teachers, but understand that concept, make it strong enough that so that you can solve your problems easily based on that particular concept. So your concept should be strong. Otherwise, it would be very difficult for you to understand the question of JEE. If your concept will be strong, you will easily solve that question. So what's the step? Tell me. Very strong concept building. Write down next. Speed with accuracy. Speed with accuracy. Accuracy is needed so that your answer should be correct. And speed is needed to attempt all the questions with accuracy. So for both speed and accuracy, what you have to do? You have to do regular practice. Regular practice will help you to achieve both speed as well as accuracy. So fourth tip is speed with accuracy. Write down next. Consistent preparation with performance अगर मैं एक दिन में 10 घंटे पढ़ लेती हूँ, राइट, नेक्स्ट डे मैं कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ती हूँ, कैसा रहेगा? It will not work. What we do, sometimes we come into yes, padna, exam is very near, and you spare your 4 or 5 hours in studying. You are just busy in that. You are just involved in yourself only. But next 3-4 days, you are restless. This would not work. Okay, what you have to do, your performance, your preparation should be consistent. Your graph should go like this. It should not be like this. This zigzag performance is not accepted at all. Your performance should go high. Gradually it can go high, but don't do like this. So your preparation should be consistent, or you can say that regularly you have to work hard. Clear? Okay, write down next step. Thorough analysis you have to do thorough analysis of your subject, in subject, topic, and topic, every content. In every content, every concept. You have to do analysis of your subject. For example, you are going to study subject maths. Then in maths, every topic, in every topic, every content, in every content, every concept. Even you have to do analysis of your test also. For example, you are attempting assessment on Sundays. Okay. Out of 45 marks, for example, you are scoring 30 marks. But what about the remaining 15 marks? Whether you are going home and you are practicing that, you are attempting again, what strategy you are using, how you are analyzing your attempt of every time, right? It means you have to analyze आप क्या कर रहे हैं, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, every time you have to analyze. So analysis should be done on the part of subject, then topic, then content, then concept. Even you have to analyze your strength as well as weaknesses. हमें अंदर से सब पता होता है क्या हमें आता है और क्या हमें नहीं आता है. तो जो नहीं आता है उस पे you have to work more. ठीक है, ये नहीं कि ये मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता. हम what we used to do, ये अच्छा नहीं लगता तो छोड़ो ना. बट इन JEE आप ये नहीं कर सकते. आपको जो नहीं अच्छा लगता आपको पहले उसे देखना है. ओके ओके, राइट डाउन नेक्स्ट. डिसिप्लिन्ड एंड सिस्टमैटिक अप्रोच. Disciplined and systematic approach towards your studies. It means your studies should be organized. Your actions should be organized. अभी मैंने आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया, 10 घंटे पढ़ रहे हो, 3 दिन नहीं पढ़ रहे हो, वो नहीं चलेगा. राइट? आपका एक टाइम टेबल सबका फिक्स हुआ है अभी तक या नहीं हुआ है? हो गया है सबका टाइम टेबल? फॉलो करते हो? ब्लाइंडली फॉलो करते हो? नहीं करते हो. अगर करते हो तो वेरी गुड, लेकिन अगर नहीं करते हो तो स्टार्ट फ्रॉम टुडे. कुछ नहीं गया अभी यू हैव 3 months. पहले मैंने बोला था बहुत थोड़ा टाइम रह गया है, बट अगर आप स्पिरिट से काम करते हो, ये सारे टिप्स ध्यान में रख के करते हो, तो 3 months आपके लिए बहुत है. अभी भी यू कैन क्रैक IIT बहुत अच्छे नंबर से, but for that you have to follow these points blindly. So your studies should be organized. Okay, so you have to decide your particular pattern of study, your timetable. What is your pattern of study? How you are studying for the whole day? How you are preparing yourself when you are giving assessments, when you are practicing questions, when you are giving your SLA, mock test, everything should be pre-decided. Clear? So next is very important. That is very important tip also, and very important to run your life also. It is positive attitude. Yes, very important to do all the things, not for clearing only JEE. In every aspect of life it is needed. Positive attitude. You have to carry this thing. It should be added in your personality. Yes, this person is with positive attitude. दिख जाता है फेस पे. नेगेटिविटी होती है तो वो फेस पे दिखती है. एंड नेगेटिविटी क्या लाती है? इट ब्रिंग्स ओनली फ्रस्ट्रेशंस. राइट? तो आपको हैप्पीनेस चाहिए, फ्रस्ट्रेशन चाहिए? हैप्पीनेस चाहिए ना. सो यू हैव टू वर्क, यू हैव टू स्टडी विद ए पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड. डोंट फॉलो नेगेटिविटी, इट ओनली ब्रिंग्स frustration. Okay, last one. I told you about 9 now. So 9th one is burning desire. Burning desire to achieve your goal, to achieve your target, and your target is IIT. जोर से बोलो, क्या है आपकी टारगेट क्या है? आपके गोल क्या है? एम क्या है? टू क्रैक IIT. तो ये बर्निंग डिजायर है आपके अंदर? हाँ है? किस किस में? रेज योर हैंड्स. If you will have this burning desire, then all the energies of the world will come to you to help you to achieve this objective, this goal of IIT. ओम शांति ओम किस किसने देखिए? शाहरुख खान का डायलॉग क्या था? क्या डायलॉग था, कौन बताएगा मुझे? अगर आप किसी चीज को चाहोगे तो सारी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाएगी. तो फिर से रिपीट करेंगे हम ये डायलॉग. अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में जुट जाएगी. तो ये होता है, ये डायलॉग नहीं है. सारी एनर्जीज आपके आसपास हैं. हमें क्यों पॉजिटिव फीलिंग आती है अगर आपके साथ अच्छे लोग बैठे होते हैं? बिकॉज पॉजिटिविटी कम फ्रॉम दोज पीपल. आप 4 लोग के साथ बैठे हो, वो बहुत अच्छे लोग हैं, यू विल फील पॉजिटिविटी अराउंड. कैसे आई वो पॉजिटिविटी? बिकॉज एनर्जी फ्लो कर रही है. यू गेट दैट एनर्जी. इन द सेम वे अगर आप कोशिश करोगे, हार्डवर्क करोगे, तो वो एनर्जी जो आपके आसपास सराउंड्स करेंगी, वो एनर्जी बहुत पॉजिटिव एनर्जी होंगी. That will help you to study hard. That will help you to concentrate. तो वो आपकी खुद की प्रोग्रेस में हेल्प कर रही हैं. तो ये डायलॉग का मतलब यहाँ ये हो रहा है कि वो एनर्जीज आपकी हेल्प करती हैं. आपको क्या चाहिए स्टडी करने के लिए? कंसंट्रेशन चाहिए, आपके कंसेप्ट क्लियर होने चाहिए, राइट? और क्या चाहिए? आपकी लर्निंग कैसी होनी चाहिए? प्लानिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग है, बेस अच्छा है, तो यू कैन डू एवरीथिंग. एंड फॉर दैट यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस, राइट? सो these are the 9 tips that you have to follow. Clear? So what you have to do now? Set your target. Write down. Set your target. Be passionate and don't look back. Set your target. Be passionate and don't look back. जो चला गया टाइम चला गया. Now you have to study hard. 3 महीने हैं. You have to work very hard and be passionate. Passionate का मतलब जो चीज चाहिए तो चाहिए. ये जिद आनी चाहिए आपके अंदर. अगर पढ़ना है तो अच्छे से पढ़ो, नहीं तो मत पढ़ो. मैंने स्टार्टिंग ओरिएंटेशन डे वाले दिन भी आई टोल्ड यू अबाउट दिस थिंग. इफ यू वांट टू गेट एनीथिंग देन गेट इट, अदरवाइज लीव इट. ये बीच का रास्ता मुझे कभी भी समझ में नहीं आया. इफ यू वांट टू गो हियर, यहां से यू हैव टू स्टार्ट, देन इट मींस रेगुलरली यू हैव टू प्रोग्रेस. ये नहीं है आपने थोड़ा पढ़ा, रुक गए, देन यू आर टेकिंग मच ऑफ टाइम हियर, देन नेगेटिविटी इज कमिंग टू यू एंड बस करना नहीं है. दिस थिंग शुड नॉट कम इन योर माइंड. करना है तो करना है. इफ यू हैव स्टार्टेड योर जर्नी देन यू हैव टू कम हियर. उसके लिए यू हैव टू बी पैशनेट इनफ. करना है तो करना है. आईआईटी करना है तो करना है, नहीं तो आज ही बुक्स बंद करके घर में बैठो. नो नीड टू कम टू द क्लास. व्हाई यू आर वेस्टिंग योर टाइम, energy, money? Even your parents are coming with you. They are sitting in this cold weather. They are sitting, they are roaming around. Why? Because they are just after you. जो आपने सपना देखा है वही सपना आपके पेरेंट्स ने देखा है. वो भी चाहते हैं कि हमारा बच्चा करे, लेकिन करना किसको है? You have to do that. पेरेंट्स हेल्प कर सकते हैं, फ्रेंड्स हेल्प कर सकते हैं, इवन टीचर्स, वो भी आपको यहाँ के रोज पढ़ा रहे हैं, वो भी आपकी जस्ट हेल्प कर रहे हैं. ऑर्गेनाइज किसको करना है? दैट यू हैव टू डू. और आता सबको है, आप सब कर सकते हो आईआईटी क्रैक. लेकिन अगर कोई रह जाएगा तो क्यों रह जाएगा? अगर आप ये 9 स्टेप्स फॉलो नहीं करोगे. मेरे हिसाब से इसके अलावा कहीं कोई आपका पॉइंट रह नहीं जाता क्लियर करने के लिए. सो बी पैशनेट. टारगेट तो सबका सेट है, आईआईटी क्रैक करना है, बट पैशनेट कितने हो दैट यू हैव टू डिसाइड. अगर आप अभी 80% पैशनेट थे तो कम टू 100% नाउ. ओके, एंड यू हैव टू अचीव योर गोल, दैट इज आईआईटी. फॉर दैट यू हैव टू स्टडी फ्रॉम नाउ इटसेल्फ. Clear? So we are also going to help you. We have planned some strategies that we are going to follow from now. First strategy is that we are giving you five questions. Okay, we will give you 5 questions of physics, chemistry and maths that you have to do at home. Everybody will get 15 questions. For example, today we will provide you 5 questions of maths, 5 questions of physics. Your next class is of chemistry, then you will get 5 questions of chemistry. Tomorrow on Sunday you will get 5 questions more. In this way you are getting how many questions? 15 questions that you will do at home from Monday to Friday. On Saturday, on I think that is 18th or 19th December now, 19th December. When you will come to your next class on Saturday, you will submit your answers to the facilitator. Your facilitator here in Delhi is Sushmita ma'am, but in other centers, whoever will be the facilitator, you will just submit your questions to him. He will check the questions. Answer key will be provided by our center. Cbse will provide the answer key to every center. He will check the questions, okay, and he will provide you your questions as well as answer key. In this way, you will be going through a practice of doing 15 questions every week. So this is the new strategy you are going to do now. Second one is that, for example, you are giving your assessments on Sunday. You are getting marks like 30, 20, 25. But the rest of the questions that you have not attempted, okay, or you have corrected, you have not, maybe they are not correct. I will say that. So wrong questions, how you are going to practice that? आप घर जाके पढ़ते भी हो उन क्वेश्चंस को या you just leave it? We don't know about that. मैंने आज बच्चों से इंटरेक्ट किया, they were saying कि yes ma'am, we used to do that, we give retest, but I don't know, no? So facilitator will follow you. You have to provide your whole test to him on Saturday. Again, Sunday you will tomorrow you will give the assessment. Next Saturday you will provide your answer key to him. वो वाले क्वेश्चंस जो आपने नहीं किए थे, so that आप Monday to Friday उन क्वेश्चंस की भी प्रैक्टिस करें जो आपने नहीं किए थे. एक होता है डंडा होगा तो आप करेंगे, वही वाली बात है. तो हम लोग एक प्रैक्टिस करना चाह रहे हैं so that आप लोग कर पाए. And third, very important thing that we are going to start now is that we are starting problem solving session. Right on this problem solving session would start from 2 p.m. to 3:25. 2 p.m. to 3:25. It will be on Sunday only. Right. Now, this coming Sunday, this problem solving session would be of chemistry. So write down the top subject is chemistry. You just revised all the topics done so far. You have to submit your queries on Saturday to the facilitator or city coordinator. You will study from Monday to Friday. Okay. You just revise all the concept of chemistry. Bring it into the knowledge of your facilitator. Okay. He will take your queries and he will send it to us. I will just give you one email ID also. You can also take help of it. Otherwise, your queries would be sent by the facilitator. But after anytime, if you want to send any query, it is problemsolving.cbse. problemsolving.cbse@gmail.com. Okay, your facilitator will send all the queries by this mail. problemsolving.cbse@gmail.com. We will collect all the queries on Saturday, and on Sunday, resource person will take class of this problem solving session and he will address all your queries. So in this way, we will work on every subject. This time chemistry, next time we will go for physics and then maths. This way, the rest of the classes, we will conduct our problem solving session. It's good? Huh? So you have to work on this strategy. First one is you are getting five questions, then you have to do at home and you have to submit. Then second one is you have to practice the incorrect questions. Okay. And third one is problem. For that, you have to revise all the content. This time you have to revise the content of chemistry. Okay. करेंगे सब लोग? करेंगे और करना है. अब तो करना है. And please be regular in the classes because your regularity will help you in development, even for your performance also, because जैसे जैसे अब आपका टाइम नजदीक आ रहा है, you must be having more queries. Okay. तो वो कौन हेल्प करेगा? We can help you. Anytime you can send your queries. And okay, आप लोग हेल्पलाइन की ले रहे हैं? You are sending your queries on helplines or not? आप लोग दिल्ली वाले कितने सेंड करते हो? क्वेरीज नहीं है या पढ़ते नहीं हो? हाँ, करो. ठीक है. हेल्पलाइन नहीं चलती है. आपने भेजी है हेल्पलाइन पे क्वेरीज? कब भेजी है? नहीं, सेंड क्यों नहीं हो रही है? रीजन क्या है? आपने ट्राई किया? एक बार फिर मेरे सामने आप ट्राई करना, क्योंकि हेल्पलाइन इज वर्किंग. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम इन इट. हेल्पलाइन पे यू कैन सेंड योर क्वेरीज. इवन मैंने आई हैव गिवन यू ईमेल आईडी आल्सो. You can use this email ID in sending your queries, right? Even you can give it to me on Saturday and Sunday. So all the students sitting in all the centers, you are requested to send your queries via helpline or by this email ID. But you have to study now. Be regular in study. Come regularly in the class. And what I told you about the 9 tips that you have to follow blindly. I just want that every girl of my Udaan center should get into IIT. That will be that will be like dream come true for us also. So you have to follow your dream, be passionate and work hard. Thank you so much.
ऑर्गेनिक कंप्लीट हो गई पूरी? फिजिकल भी हो गया ना? So inorganic chemistry, nitrogen is the first family of p block element or group 15. Okay. So what are the topic which we will discuss in nitrogen? First, we will see the general characteristics of nitrogen. General characteristics इनके क्या है? The reactivity. Okay. Then some of the compound is also in the syllabus like N2, properties of nitrogen, N2, properties of ammonia, properties of HNO3, properties of P4 red phosphorus, all these things. So one is the general chemical properties of nitrogen and second is the general chemical and physical properties of some compounds of nitrogen. Clear? So we will start with the element present in the nitrogen family. So this is the element. This is a group 5 element. It consists of nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic As, antimony and bismuth. So the valence configuration is NS2 NP3. So nitrogen, phosphorus, As, antimony and bismuth. So if you see the valence configuration of all these elements, it is NS2 NP3. NS2 NP3. So these elements can lose 3 electrons or can lose 5 electrons. So if you see nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, all these elements can lose 3 electron or 5 electron. So if you go down the group, 5 electron loss tendency decreases, which is known as inert pair effect. So inert pair effect is maximum in bismuth. So how you define inert pair effect? All the elements have tendency to lose the electron. For example, a metal, this is nitrogen containing compound metal. It consists of 2 electron in the s orbital and 3 electron in the p orbital. Okay. If this metal lost 5 electron, it is converted to n plus 5 and 5 electron, right? So if we remove 5 electron from any metal, we are adding energy, which is known as ionization energy, The ionization energy to remove 5 electron is very high. So this entire process is endothermic. Now, when M plus 5 forms, it combined with some negative ion to form a metal complex of pentahalides or penta compounds, right? So when M and X bond form, energy is released. How many bond forms? 5. So this is a step 1 and this is step 2. So in step 1, we add energy to remove the electron, and in step 2, energy is released while forming the bond. See, if we move down the group in nitrogen family, the size of atom increases, right? The size of atom increases. That means the tendency to form bond with other element decreases. Can I say the step 1 for nitrogen, the ionization energy to remove 5 electron is very high. For bismuth, it is very easy to remove 5 electron, right? But when nitrogen form one bond with any element X, it release huge amount of energy. So can we say first step is strong endothermic for nitrogen. Simultaneously, second step is strong exothermic for nitrogen. So if we combine these two steps, the enthalpy of both the steps, can we say delta H to form MX5 is enthalpy required for the first minus enthalpy released due to second. So if you compare nitrogen to bismuth, the delta H is more negative in nitrogen and very less negative for bismuth. So for bismuth or in some element, this delta H become positive or endothermic. That means the bismuth unable to release these two electrons, unable to release these two electrons. And that means these electrons are not involved in a chemical reaction and these three electrons involved in a chemical reaction. So can we say as we move down the group, NS2 electron participation decreases. This is what we call inert pair effect. So inert pair effect in all these elements decreases down the group. That means nitrogen you will get maximum cases the bond formation is the oxidation state of nitrogen is +5, right? But in case of bismuth, the tendency to lose 3 electron is easier. Clear? Clear? Okay. See now the first chemical property. Can we change the slide? These are general characteristics of nitrogen family. First is the physical state. Physical state of nitrogen. As we know that nitrogen unable to form a polymerized form or metallic bond. And nitrogen the most stable form due to the formation of 3 bonds. See, nitrogen forms 3 bonds. This nitrogen is chemically inert, isn't it? Why it is chemically inert? Because N there is 1 sigma and 2 pi. So to break the all triple bond, it is very difficult, right? The affinity of this nitrogen is highest with the similar atom because the bond formation energy is very high. So we say nitrogen is chemically inert. It is the most stable form. It is very difficult to break all 3 bonds. So nitrogen is unable to form any polymers. So N2 nitrogen gas is always present in a gaseous form. If you see the last element, nitrogen is a gas at room temperature we have written. Why it is room temperature? If you decrease the temperature, then what happens? This nitrogen and this is another nitrogen. If you decrease the temperatures, the alternate meaning is you are removing energy from the system. If you remove the energy from the system, it will form a new bond, and that bond will be the van der Waals force. So if you decrease the temperature, that means you are removing energy and increasing the pressure. The electron of nitrogen and this electron of nitrogen repel each other. So it creates an induced polarization and the electron move to what's one side and it generate partial negative, it generate partial positive, and this generate partial negative, this generate partial positive, and there is a bond formation which is known as van der Waals force. But this van der Waals bond is dependent upon this temperature factor. That means if you decrease the temperature, you will remove the energy. It give energy in the form of van der Waals force. So at very low temperature, approximately -40, -45 degrees centigrade, nitrogen is converted to liquid form. That's why what we have written, nitrogen is a gas at room temperature. But if you decrease the temperature of nitrogen to -40 or -50 degrees centigrade, it is converted to liquid due to the formation of van der Waals force, due to the formation of van der Waals force. Now, second, phosphorus. Phosphorus exists in a polymeric as well as a distinct unit, right? So there are different allotropic form of phosphorus, but still phosphorus can exist in a polymers, but the bond between this polymer is not so strong. So small amount of energy is sufficient to break this bond. So phosphorus gas, you have written that soft waxy solid, isn't it? In some cases, if you see red phosphorus and all, it exists in a tetrahedral complex, right? So this is the 2 tetrahedral unit are combined with each other with a weak van der Waals force, very weak van der Waals force. So if you increase small amount of heat, this van der Waals force breaks and it start vaporizing. Therefore, this we have what we have written that waxy solid which can readily vaporize, and on all these metal are strong solid. Why they are strong solid? Due to the formation of metallic bond. Due to the formation of metallic bond. So we say nitrogen gas, there is no force of attraction between two molecules, whereas in phosphorus there is a van der Waals force. That's why it is a volatile solid. And rest all element there is a strong metallic bond, and the sublimation energy of all arsenic, antimony, and bismuth are very high. Clear? Clear physical state? Any doubt? Have you written? Yes? Just write physical state. Please don't change it. So in the physical state, we say nitrogen, there is no force of attraction, whereas phosphorus, there is a weak van der Waals force, and rest all element, there is a strong metallic bond. Clear? Now see the atomic radii. So as we know that as we move down the group, there is addition of new shells. So can we say as we move down the group, atomic size increases, but there is not a straight pattern of increase in atomic size. Okay, there may be possible that the atomic size of this and arsenic and antimony, it is not larger difference as we expect that there is a new atomic cell adding. That is only due to shielding effect. Poor shielding effect of inner d orbital. Poor shielding effect of, how you define shielding effect? Tendency to lose electron. Okay. See, listen. Let's say it consists of a 10 proton. This nuclei also consists of 10 proton. This is 1 electron. This is 1 electron. Okay. Now, these proton are positively charged and this electron is negative charge. So, this positive and negative, there is a force of attraction. So, this electron come closer to this nucleus. Now, let's say there are 9 electrons between this 10 proton and this electron, and there is no electron. So, this proton attract this electron and it come very close to this nucleus, right? But in this case, this electron, these 9 electron decrease the positive charge. Decrease the positive charge, which is known as shielding or screening effect. So these 9 electron decrease the positive charge, due to which the net effective charge by which this electron are attracted decreases. Okay. Therefore, it come to this point, let's say. So it directly affect the atomic radii. It directly affect the atomic radii. Now we know that electrons are present in s, p, d, and f orbitals, right? And this 9 electron, the shielding effect is depend upon the density of electron. Shielding effect is depend upon density of electron. Higher the density of electron, higher will be the shielding effect. Now we know that s orbital, this s orbital consists of 1 orbital having 2 electron. This p orbital consists of 2 lobes, consist of 2 electron. 1 orbital, right? In the d, we know that there are 4 lobes having 2 electron, whereas in f there are 6 lobe consist of 2 electron. Can we say the s orbital, there is only 1 lobe which consists of 2 electron? So the electron density is very high. Whereas in p, there are 2 lobes consist of 2 electrons, the density is less as compared to s. The d orbital, 2 electrons are present in the 4 lobes. Now, if I give you an example of this, let's say the 9 electrons are present in s orbital. Here the 9 electrons are present in d orbital. We know that 2 electrons present in the 4 lobes. So the electron density in the d orbital are very low. If the electron density is very low, it is unable to sheet this nuclear charge, due to which this nucleus attract this electron towards itself, and the atomic radii unexpectedly decreases. This is what we call poor shielding effect. So the atomic radii, nitrogen to bismuth increase, the increase phosphorus effective shielding of D10. Okay. Why D10? Because D10 electron means there are additional 10 electron. And this additional 10 electron, the nucleus also consists of additional 10 protons. Okay. And this will unable to sheet that one. So these proton attract electron towards itself and the atomic radii decreases. So poor shielding effect always affect the atomic radii. Clear hai? लिख लिया? So the next is ionization energy. Ionization energy is directly related with this atomic radii. Okay. If you increase the atomic radii, ionization energy decreases. So can we say that from nitrogen to bismuth, the atomic radii increases and the ionization energy decreases. So maximum ionization energy will be nitrogen. And same this D10 electron, if affects the atomic radii, this D10 electron also affect the ionization energy. If an atom consists of inner D10 electron, if an atom consists of inner D10 electron, that D10, there is a poor shielding effect. So the nucleus will attract the valence electron towards itself, which increases the ionization energy. So if you see the trend of ionization energy, you can able to easily calculate the D10 shielding effect in the ionization part, right? So ionization energy again very important in terms of reactivity. If the atom have higher ionization energy, it is very difficult to remove the electron, and chemically such atoms are unreactive. So nitrogen, the ionization energy is very high, so it is very difficult to remove the electron from nitrogen. So nitrogen, if you were able to see all the reactions, it is always in the negative oxidation state rather than the positive. It wants to gain 3 electron to octet, complete the octet. It never lose 3 electron. Only in terms of oxide or fluorides it lose electron, right? So nitrogen is the third most electronegative element of the periodic table. So only there is oxygen and fluorine which can able to accept the electron from nitrogen. Now the third is electronegativity, which is again decreases from nitrogen to bismuth and is valid on almost all periodic table. Always the electronegativity decreases down the group. Now the fourth is metallic character. How you define the metallic character? All the metal have mainly two property. One is the low ionization energy, yes, and second is the good conductor of electricity. This good conductor of electricity can be explained by F-centered effect. This F-centered effect can be explained by the free electrons, right? Okay. So if the ionization energy of a metal is very low, it is easily donate the electron, and due to the presence of free electron, there is a bond formed between the two atoms which is known as metallic bond, and these electrons are responsible for conducting the electricity, and they can be able to donate easily electron because the ionization energy is very low. Therefore, in all nitrogen family, the metallic character increases down the group. Clear? Any doubt in all 5 points? Clear? Clear सबने? So density increases or decreases down the group. Why it is increases? If you move down the group, the atomic weight increases, but parallelly the atomic volume also increases. But if you compare both these, atomic weight predominate over atomic volume. Therefore, density increases down the group. So the density increases from nitrogen to bismuth. It also depends upon the type of packing, whether it is BCC, FCC, isn't it? So if it is in hexagonal cubic unit cell or face center cubic unit cell, the packing fraction is higher, the density will be higher. In some cases, the packing fraction is very low. In that case, the density will decrease. So there are allotropic form of elements. Some allotropic form exists in FCC, some allotropic form exists in BCC. In that case, you can able to see the different densities, right? Okay. Fourth is 9, atomicity. You can able to write the atomicity. Write down atomicity. Nitrogen and triple bond and 1 sigma and 2 pi bond. The dissociation energy is very high. AS4 and SB4. AS4 and SB4 are very rare molecules. Mainly they exist in a metallic form, but also exist in tetrahedral atomic forms. Right? Corner of tetrahedron means same structure of like that. So this is tetrahedral kind of thing. But in general, AS4 and SB4 exist in a metallic bond. Very few allotropes exist in AS4 and SB4. And rest bismuth and all other are exist in a metal bond with the formation of free electrons due to formation of metallic bond. Right? So oxidation state, as we have already discussed regarding the inert pair effect. Oxidation state mainly depend upon the two factors. One, see, the valence electron is NS2 and NP3 for all elements. Okay. So to gain the octet, there are two options. One, it can lose all these 3 and 2 electrons. So if it lose all 3 electrons, it is converted to M plus 5, 3 plus 2, and it gain the octet rule. So plus 5 is the one oxidation state which we can able to get, right? Second thing is that as we move down the group, inert pair effect is higher. In that case, it can lose 3 electron to convert to M plus 2, these 3 electrons. Okay? ये 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन अगर वो लॉस करते हैं तो NS2 एज इट इज ऐसा क्यों रहा? क्योंकि इनर्ट पेयर इफेक्ट हुआ. ठीक है, तो प्लस 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन प्लस 3 is the oxidation state and the 2 electron are left. So these are the two acceptable oxidation state of nitrogen family. Now there are some element, electronegative element, which can accept 3 electron to get a stable configuration of NS2 NP6. In that case, this M consists of -3. Apart from these, you can able to get +1 to -5, all oxidation states. Sorry, +1 to -3. Clear? It depends upon the nature of oxide which we are forming. Clear? So we will get almost all oxidation state from +5 to -3. Oxides of nitrogen mainly exist in +5 form. Oxides of nitrogen mainly exist in +5 form because there is no inert pair effect. It can lose all 5 electron because the formation of nitrogen and oxygen bond energy is exothermic. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now we'll start with the chemical, general chemical property. So there are two type of chemical property. One, we are going through the each and every molecules, and second is the general chemical property of nitrogen family. General chemical property match with all properties of the elements, right? See, nitrogen family all react with hydrogen to form hydrides. To form hydrides. All metal react with H2 to form metal hydride of type MH3. Clear? We know that if this metal lost 3 electron, M3 plus, in case of bismuth and all that, hydrogen homolytically formed, and if it accepts 2 electron, it gives 2H minus. This M3 plus and H minus form a bond of MH3 having one lone pair. These lone pair are of NS2. These lone pair are from NS2. So nitrogen form NH3 phosphorus PS3. Now it depends upon the electronegativity. In case of nitrogen and hydrogen, nitrogen is more electronegative. Therefore, the oxidation state of this nitrogen is -3. Nitrogen and hydrogen, which is more electronegative. Nitrogen. So all elements form hydride of type MH3. So these hydrides are ammonia, phosphine, arsine, stilbene, and bismuthine. Clear? Clear? See, the properties of these hydrides are, if you say NH3, pH3, pH3 is known as pH3 is known as phosphate. Now, see, if you increase the hybridization of, central atom hybridization, it is sp3. sp3 means the bond angle are 109. So this is hydrogen, 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 and let's say this is not nitrogen, I'm writing M. Okay, this is lone pair. So there are bond pair and these are lone pair. This lone pair bond pair repulsion is higher or bond pair repulsion? Lone pair bond pair. So can we say the angle is not 109, it decreases less than 109? Okay. Why it is less than 109? Because it come close, so that this angle will be increases. Clear? So if you increase the size of central atom का size जैसे जैसे बढ़ेगा उससे क्या होगा, ये जो bond length है वो बढ़ेगी, right? And if you increase the bond length, the density of electron in the bond length decreases. And if the density of electron in the bond length decreases, the inter-electronic repulsion between two bonds decreases. So they can come close to each other so that the lone pair and bond pair bond are higher. So can we say that as we move down the group, the central atom size increases? If the central atom size increases, that means the bond length decreases. The bond length decreases. So can we say in case of hydride, as we move down the group, the bond length decreases. Is it clear? No. 7. So see, the stability. How you define stability? Any metal hydride, when heated, it gives H2. At what temperature it gives H2? Higher the temperature, higher will be the stability of this metal hydride. Clear? Now, see, all atoms form bond with hydrogen, which is very small in size, right? So the overlapping is like this. If you increase the size of central atom, it will become larger. So overlapping become weaker. Bond length become longer. Bond dissociation energy is decreases. So can we say that the thermal stability of all hydride decreases as we move down the group? So the most stable hydride is NH3 and least stable is BiH3. Why BiH3 is least stable? Due to strong, longer bond length. Clear? Clear? So higher the bond length, easier will be the dissociation. Okay? So there are two things. One is that bond angle. If you go down the group, the bond angle decreases. Second is thermal stability. If you go down the group, the thermal stability decreases. So most stable is NH3. Least stable is BH3. Highest bond angle is NH3 and lowest bond angle is BiH3. Third, the most important is poisonous nature. All these gases are poisoning in nature, right? NH3 is also there. And the poisonous nature also increases as we move down the group. So highly poisonous is BiH3. Okay. So the most important third point is poisoning nature. If you move down the group, the poisonous nature increases. The stability is also there. So all are tetrahedral, electron and the bond angle decreases. This is it clear? All these hydride are Lewis base. Why these are Lewis base? Presence of lone pair. So easily can able to donate the lone pair. Now Lewis base, why they are Lewis base? Due to the presence of lone pair. If you increase the size of atom, the availability of lone pair decreases. So the basic strength decreases. So highly basic in nature, ammonia. Least basic, BiH3. BiH3, why BiH3 is least basic? Because the lone pair are present in a very bigger orbital. So the availability of lone pair are very less. Clear? Clear? So first one is bond angle. Second one is thermal stability. Thermal. Third one is poisonous nature. Fourth one is basicity. Clear? And one more is that bond length. Sometimes they ask bond length. So if you go move down the group, the bond length increases. If bond length increases, the bond dissociation energy decreases. And all are covalent in nature. All are covalent in nature. See, if you react these metal with halogen, again, there are different type of halogen p block element form, and all are very important. This metal or the element loses 3 electron. Their bond between chlorine and chlorine is covalent. It accepts the 2 electron to form Cl minus, and this M3 plus and Cl minus combine to give MCl3. The bond may be covalent or ionic. It depends upon the Fajans rule as well as the size of this metal. Clear? Mainly they form trihalides, 3 halogens. Nitrogen form trihalide. Nitrogen unable to form pentahalide. Why? The octet of nitrogen is in 8 and the electron present in the second orbit. Second orbit में maximum 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन ही तो रख सकते हैं. तो अगर 3 बॉन्ड बनाएंगे 6 हुआ, 2 लोन पेयर तो थे 8 हो गए. लेकिन अगर नाइट्रोजन के बाद फास्फोरस में आएंगे तो ऑक्टेट 18 तक चला जाएगा. इसलिए हमने PCl5 देखा है ना. तो पेंटाहेलाइड्स नाइट्रोजन नहीं बनाएंगे, बाकी सभी पेंटाहेलाइड्स बनाएंगे. क्लियर है? बट आयोडीन के साथ पेंटाहेलाइड बहुत रेयर बनते हैं. Pi5 तुमने नहीं सुना होगा, बहुत अच्छा ऑक्सीडाइजिंग रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट है. आयोडीन गैस एलिमिनेट करेंगे, इलेक्ट्रॉन फास्फोरस ले लेगा. क्लियर है? So this is also very important. The second point is that all trihalide of this are known, but except Bi3 and Ni3. Nitrogen never form 3 iodine or with 3 bromine. Clear? Dissimilar overlapping. NBr3 is highly unstable. Ni3 never forms. Okay. Now, all are sp3 hybridized, pyramidal in shape, having one lone pair. The ionic character of these halide increase from nitrogen to bismuth. BiF3 is ionic. Why BiF3 is ionic and SbI3 and other halide are partial ionic? Due to Fajans rule. Due to what is Fajans rule? See, this is, let's say, this is the atom A plus and B minus. So this is a positive charge, this is negative charge. So a positive cation and a negative anion, there is a weak force of attraction, which is known as ionic bond, and the energy which is released is known as lattice energy. This is known as lattice energy. Higher the lattice energy, stronger will be the bond. This lattice energy is mainly depend upon the size of cation and anion. Smaller the size, higher the charge, higher will be the lattice energy, and stronger will be the bond. But in case of covalent bond, there is a sharing of orbitals, right? So we classified ionic bond as a strong attraction between cation and anion, and covalent bond has a sharing of these atoms. Clear? Now, see this ionic bond. Let's say this is a cation, and the cation is very small in size, and anion is very big in size. And there is a force of attraction which is known as lattice energy. Now, this cation attract this electronic cloud towards itself. This is what we called polarization of this cation. This is known as polarization. So due to this polarization, this negative charge decreases as well as this positive charge decreases, and the electron will move towards this cation. Clear? So if the electron will move towards this cation, the negative charge decreases. That means there is a covalent character formed between this. There is a covalent character formed between cation and anion. So this is what we call this ionic molecule. There is a covalent character form. Okay. So according to Fajan's rule, smaller the cation, higher will be the polarization. Higher will be the polarization, higher will be the covalent character. And larger the size of anion, easy will be the electron to attract itself. So what we have in the third point, from nitrogen to Bi, the size of cation increases. If the size of cation increases, the polarization capacity decreases. If the polarization capacity decreases, it is unable to attract the electron from negative ion. Therefore, this cation, if it is larger in size, anion is smaller in size, and it is unable to accept the electron, so it forms a strong ionic bond. That's why we have written that BiF3 is ionic while rest other are partially ionic. Clear? Clear? Polarization also affected by the inner D10 electron. Let's say there are two cation. One is Ag plus, other is K plus. And Ag plus consists of D10 electron. We know that the D10 electron, the polarization is very weak. So Ag plus, the size will be reduced. If it is reduced, the polarization ability increases and covalent character increases. Covalent character increases. So inner D10 electron, the covalent character always increases. Clear? Now, almost all halides when react with water will give hypohalous acid as well as ammonia. For example, NCl3. Hydrolysis of metal halides. NCl3 plus water. This is chlorine having one lone pair, and it is treated with water in presence of H plus, acidic water. So this H plus will first attack to the lone pair. Now nitrogen get positive charge. Clear? Now further adding upon water, all halogen are substituted. NClO, NClO2, NClO3, or in some cases NClO4 also form. Clear? So I think all of you have written these points. Last one, this last year they have asked the PCl3 and water reaction, phosphoric acid and HCl. This is the hydrolysis of PCl3. If you remember this NCl3 hydrolysis, you can able to see that all form acid. NCl3 gives ammonia, whereas PCl3 gives phosphoric acid. And ASCl3 will give arsenous acid. Clear? So, except nitrogen, all halide will give acids, arsenic as well as phosphoric. Clear? Note kiya? H3PO4, PCl5 when treated with H2O, it give H3PO4 plus HCl. What is the N factor of H3PO4? 3. Why? Because it can give 3 hydrogen. Clear? So you have to remember all N factor also. Clear? So we have done two chemical property. One is the formation of hydride. Second, the formation of halide. So in halides, you can able to remember that nitrogen unable to form bromine and iodine, but nitrogen form NCl3 and NF3. Clear? Oxides of nitrogen as well as oxides of phosphorus are very common, and it form N2O. Nitrogen form first oxide, nitrous oxide, N2O, nitric oxide, NO, dinitrogen trioxide, N2O3, nitrogen dioxide, NO2, dinitrogen tetraoxide, N2O4, dinitrogen pentaoxide, N2O5. Clear? All these oxide undergo redox reaction. See, this is the oxidation state +1 to +5. So this +1 can able to accept the electron and go to negative oxidation state. So these can accept electron as well as lose electron. So in general, they used to ask, for example, if an element accept electron N2O and it is converted to NH3. So what is the N factor of this? N factor is not the oxidation state. Y plus 3. N factor can be defined as how many electron can this one molecule gain or loss. Clear? Oxidation state, you know. What is the oxidation state of OHF? Oxygen. How do you define oxidation state? Zero. Actually, why am I asking oxidation state? They used to give these oxides with the help of this oxidation state. They will ask you the N factor in a redox reaction or in a chemical reaction. So how you define oxidation state? How you calculate these oxidation state? There are two methods. One is you remember all these oxidation states. Second is the from structure you can able to calculate the oxidation state. See, oxidation state is that if किसी भी एटम को उस मॉलिक्यूल से अगर आप बाहर निकालते हो तो उसमें जो चार्ज आता है वो ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट है. आया समझ में? जैसे देखो सबसे ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव एलिमेंट कौन सा है पीरियोडिक टेबल का? फ्लोरीन, देन क्लोरीन, ब्रोमीन, आयोडीन, सल्फर, एसिड, है ना? मान लो ऑक्सीजन है, हाइड्रोजन. अब हम ये देखेंगे कि बिटवीन ऑक्सीजन एंड हाइड्रोजन विच इज मोर इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव. तो ये दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्सीजन की तरफ होंगे ना. इस ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन में कौन होगा? ऑक्सीजन. तो अब जब इस बॉन्ड को हम ब्रेक करेंगे तो ये इलेक्ट्रॉन कौन लेगा? दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्सीजन ने लिए. ठीक है. जब इस बॉन्ड को ब्रेक करेंगे तो कौन लेगा? ये भी दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्सीजन ने लिए. नाउ this bond consists of two electron, one electron from this oxygen, other electron from hydrogen. So how many extra electrons this oxygen taken? One from this bond, one from this bond. So the oxidation state of this oxygen is -2 and this hydrogen is +1. This hydrogen is +1. So can we say that oxidation state actual में क्या है कि उस मॉलिक्यूल से अगर हम उस एटम को बाहर निकालते हैं तो उसमें क्या चार्ज आ रहा है? ठीक है. नेट गेन एंड नेट लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. दैट डजंट मीन कि हम ऐसा कर रहे हैं. हम कह रहे हैं कि अगर वो निकलता तो उस पर ये चार्ज आता. तो अब अगर क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि OH, तो इस ऑक्सीजन की ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट क्या होगी? बोलो। इस ऑक्सीजन और इस हाइड्रोजन में इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव कौन है? तो ये दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑक्सीजन ने लिए। इस ऑक्सीजन और इस ऑक्सीजन में कौन है? आइडेंटिकल है, तो कोई भी नहीं लेगा, तो बीच में रहेंगे। सही है ना? तो इस बॉन्ड से तो इसने एक्स्ट्रा इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन नहीं किए, लेकिन इस बॉन्ड से इसने दोनों इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन किए। सो इट इज -1. दिस ऑक्सीजन -1, दिस हाइड्रोजन +1, दिस हाइड्रोजन +1. Clear? Now, what is the oxidation state of oxygen in this? क्योंकि फ्लोरीन इलेक्ट्रॉन लेगा, लॉस किया इसने +1, और हाइड्रोजन से इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन किया तो 0. If both are fluorine, then what is the oxidation state of oxygen? +2. Clear? So you can able to calculate all oxidation state if you know the structure. So if I give you the structure of these oxide, you can able to calculate the oxidation state. For example, if this is a chlorine, double bond O, OH, bromine, this is fluorine. What is the oxidation state of this chlorine? -1. What is the oxidation state of chlorine? No. Other center can also post their answers. See this chlorine and oxygen, which is more electronegative? Oxygen. How many electron loss? 2. So this is +2, +3. Gain. This is also gain. So 3 loss, 2 gain. Net loss is, so the oxidation state is +1. Clear? The oxidation state is +1. What is the oxidation state of this bromine? As well as write down the oxidation state of this sulfur, this oxygen. What is the reason for NH3 to be a ligand? Actually, what is ligand? How you define ligand? Ligand is any molecule which can able to donate pair of electron to d block elements or vacant d orbital. Ammonia consists of lone pair of electron. Ammonia consists of lone pair of electron, so it can able to donate electron to the vacant d orbital, right? So therefore ammonia act as a ligand. Poisonous nature is not due to the stability of hydride. That is the property of these elements. They combine with certain enzymes in our body, that's why they are poisonous. That is not due to the hydride donor. Clear? So what is the oxidation state of bromine? 0. Net loss 1, 2. So these are the 2 loss. 3 loss, 2 gain, +1. 3 loss, 2 gain, +1. And what is the oxidation state of the sulfur? plus 4. 2, 2, 4, 5 and 1 gain. So this is the plus 4. Clear? So oxidation state is used to calculate the equivalent weight of these oxides. Equivalent weight of these oxides. Okay. So next slide. See the structure of these oxides. Now you can able to calculate the oxidation state of all these elements. And you have to remember the structure also. This is nitrous oxide. This is nitric. What is the oxidation state of nitric oxide in nitrogen? Plus 2. Here the nitrogen is this nitrogen 2, these 2, no 3 plus 3 होगा. क्लियर है? इक्विवेलेंट वेट हम कैसे निकालते हैं इस ऑक्साइड्स के या किसी भी मॉलिक्यूल के इन ए रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन. सी हाँ बोलो. इक्विवेलेंट वेट कैन बी रिटन एज मॉलिक्यूलर वेट अपॉन, बिल्कुल ठीक, molecular weight upon n factor. Now, what is n factor? Number of moles of electron gain or loss by 1 mole molecule. एक मोल मॉलिक्यूल ने जितने इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन किए या लॉस किए. ठीक है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे पास अगर मॉलिक्यूल है N2O3 NH3 बन रहा है ना. What is the equivalent weight of N2O3? What is the equivalent weight of this N2O3? कितना है? What is the oxidation state of N2O3? Plus 3. What is the oxidation state of this nitrogen? Minus 3. From plus 3 to minus 3, how many electrons it gain? 6. 6 electron gain. This molecule consists of how many nitrogen? 2. So 1 nitrogen gain, 6 electron, 2 will gain. So n factor is, so the equivalent weight can be written as m by 12. Simple? Clear? Clear? So some cases there will be the disproportionation of the oxides. Oxide undergo 2 different oxidation state, gain as well as loss. For example, NO give N2O3 and NH3. NO give N2O3 plus NH3. See the oxidation state of this nitrogen is plus 2. This is plus 3, no? This is, so it lost electron, this gain electron. Gain and loss both. So what is the n factor of this NO, or what is the equivalent weight of this NO? Do you have to calculate the disproportionate reaction n factor, or I will give you the example? Example. See, disproportionate reaction. Let's say bromine, Br2 gives Br minus and BrO3 minus. Okay. So bromine give Br minus. So you have to write down two reactions, BrO3 minus. Okay. Now balance these reactions. There are two bromine. This is 1, 2. Bromine 2. From 0 to minus 1, it accepts 2 electron. From 0 to plus 5, it gives 10 electron. Simple. Now you have to balance the electron. This is the 10 electron. This is 2. So multiply this with 5. Okay. Now this is 5 bromine. This is 1 bromine. So total bromine are, can I say 6 bromine transfers 10 electron. 1 will transfer 10 by 6. That is, so the N factor of bromine is 5 by 3. So all these oxide undergo disproportionate reactions with different oxidizing and reducing agent. So like this, you can able to calculate N factor. Clear? Clear? Example और दूं? लिख लिया मिटाऊं? What will be the N factor of FeO, IO2 minus, and N2O5? All are disproportionate. You have to calculate the N factor of these. FeO, what is the N factor? बिल्कुल बिना बैलेंस के कैसे बताओगे कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस और गेन हुए? N factor can be fraction. This is the number of moles of electron. First one, I think all of you have done. Two by 5. Plus 2 to plus 8 by 3, that is 2 by 3. For 3 iron, it is 2 FeO to Fe2O, 2 electron. So 5 FeO transfers 2 electron, 1 will transfer 2 by 5. Okay. IO2 minus, have you calculated? Jaldi. क्या FeO में? हाँ. समझा नहीं मैं. +2 से +8/3 गया ना, तो कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन का ट्रांसफर हुआ? 2/3. तो 1 आयरन के लिए 2/3 का हुआ और दोनों तरफ 3 आयरन थे. If 1 iron loss or gain 2/3, 3 iron will loss or gain 2/3 into 3. 2. Second, IO2 minus, what is the n factor of IO2 minus? 1. 1. 6 by 5. See, IO2 minus gives IO3 minus. First step is the balance the atom which undergo change in oxidation state. Here the iodine is undergoing change in oxidation state. So I am balancing iodine. One iodine, one iodine. No required to balance. From +3 to +5, 2 electron loss. So now come to the second. IO2 minus gives iodine. First balance the iodine. There is 2. So I have multiplied 2. +3 to 0, 3 electron gain. For 2 iodine, 6 electron gain. Now I have to balance the electron. So I have multiplied 3 factor. So after multiplying 3, both sides 6 electrons. Yes. So 3 plus 2, 5. 5 IO2 minus transfer 6 electron, 1 will transfer. So 6 by 5 will be the N factor. Simple. N2O2. Other center, post your answer. What is the N factor of N2O2? Okay. There is a 6 and 10. There is 6 electron. This is 10 electron, right? So we have to multiply this by 10, multiply this by, so it will be 16 N2O2 transfer 60 electron. It is 60 by 16. Okay. So last ClO2. coming to 4 by 3. Clear? See, plus 3 to plus 5. Plus 5 means it accept 2 electron. Plus 3 to minus 1, it accept 4 electron. So I am multiplying the above reaction by factor 2. So now the reaction between 2 plus 1, 3 ClO2 minus transfer 4 electron. 1 will transfer 4 by 3. Clear? Clear? Any doubt in any step? Now you can able to calculate the disproportionate reactions equivalent weight, है ना? ज्यादातर ऑक्साइड्स डिस्प्रोपोर्शनेट में जाएंगे तो बहुत आराम से तुम उसका इक्विवेलेंट वेट बता पाओगे. See, in the 3 chemical properties we have completed. First one is hydride, second one is halide, third one is oxide. Oxide are of 3 type, generally 3 type. Okay, first one is M2O3, M2O4, M2O5. These are the 3 oxides, na? M2O3, M2O4, M2O5. These are the 3 oxides. Always remember that as you move in this direction, the acidic strength of oxide increases for all metals. Nitrogen, phosphorus, bismuth, up to nitrogen to phosphorus. Okay? From nitrogen to bismuth, this direction, acidic strength increases. Any doubt? But if you move on from nitrogen to bismuth, the acidic strength decreases. Means if I compare N2O3 and N2O5, which is more acidic, yes. If I compare Bi2O5 and N2O5, this is more acidic. Okay, so this direction acidic strength decreases. Is it clear? So these are the 3 main oxides, and all oxide when treated with water, it give respective acids. N2O5 when treated with acidic water, it will give HNO3. Nitrogen form 2 type of acids. One is HNO3, other is HNO2, nitrous and nitric acid. Clear? Clear? Let's see the phosphorus oxides. Yes. This is the preparation of nitrous oxide. All the method of preparation of nitrogen and 3 oxides. Most common preparation of N2O, nitrous oxide, is ammonium nitrate heated at N2O5 and H2O. Clear? Ammonium nitrate is heated at very high temperature, approximately 250 degrees centigrade. तो ammonium nitrate को जब हम 250 डिग्री में हीट करते हैं तो हमें N2O मिलेगा. Clear है? But the only problem is this N2O is always present in presence of H2O. Why we are heating? If we are not heating, it will not decompose first. Second thing is H2O में N2O अगर combined होगा nitrous acid बनेगा. तो जब आप हीट करते हो ammonium acetate को, NH4NO3 को, है ना? It will give N2O plus H2O, and the temperature is, let's say, 250. So at 250, this is in the vapor form. So both are in the vapor form. They will not combine with each other. We can able to separate out N2O. Clear? So this is a very good method to prepare nitrous oxide is from ammonium nitrate. Now, nitric acid. Copper, the most common reaction, if you have already completed D block element, copper react with dilute HNO3, not concentrated. Clear? Concentrated के साथ N2O मिलेगा. Copper अगर dilute HNO3 के साथ react कराएंगे तो हमें क्या मिल रहा है? NO. Clear? Now H2SO4 is FeSO4. This is also common reaction. KNO3 plus H2SO4, FeSO4 will produce NO. And catalytic oxidation of ammonia is common. Ammonia when treated with oxygen, limited amount of oxygen, and ammonia 4 molecule combined with NO. Clear? So these are the method of preparation of nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, and डाइनाइट्रोजन। लिख लिया? Okay, next. So preparation you can able to remember, right? ठीक है, तुम्हें हाइड्राइड्स का जनरल प्रॉपर्टी पढ़ना है, हैलाइड्स का पढ़ना है और ऑक्साइड्स का पढ़ना है, और इन ऑक्साइड के स्ट्रक्चर को भी याद रखना है। ठीक है, कई बार वो स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में पूछते हैं। सेकेंडली, डिस्प्रोपोर्शनेट रिएक्शन का इक्विवेलेंट वेट निकालना आना चाहिए। ठीक है, नाउ ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ फॉस्फोरस. So this is the oxide, the two common oxides of phosphorus. In one time they generally ask what is the total number of bond between POP in P4O6. Clear? So you have to learn this structure. Tetrahedral form, all are sp3 hybridized. Each phosphorus is attached with 3 oxygen. Each phosphorus is attached with in P4O6. And in P4O10, each oxygen is attached with 3 oxygen. Apart from these 3 oxygen, every phosphorus consists of 1 double bond. दोनों identical structure है. ये P4O10 है. In P4O10, each phosphorus is attached with 3 oxygen and 1 double bond O. Upon acidic hydrolysis, this phosphorus pentaoxide is converted to H3PO4, H3PO3, depend upon the type of hydrolysis. Clear? किसमें क्यों है बताओ? के पास एक लोन पेयर है, कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? तो इस लोन पेयर का कायदे से तो ये वाला एंगल 109 होना चाहिए. ये लोन पेयर बॉन्ड पे रिपल्शन ज्यादा रहा होगा, तो ये 127 पे आया. अब आप जैसे ही तुमने डबल बॉन्ड बना दिया तो इलेक्ट्रॉन की डेंसिटी डबल होगी ना, तो रिपल्शन उसके रेस्पेक्ट में ज्यादा होगा. ठीक है, तो ज्यादा होगा तो वो और थोड़ा कम हो गया. नहीं है, नहीं तो स्ट्रेन तो हमेशा बराबर रहेगी. तो सिर्फ पाई क्लाउड ज्यादा होगा, रिपल्शन ज्यादा होगा, इसलिए बॉन्ड एंगल डिक्रीज किया. क्लियर? नेक्स्ट, दिस इज ऑक्सा एसिड्स ऑफ नाइट्रोजन. These are the two common acid. One is HNO3 nitric acid and nitrous acid. इन दो के अलावा हम ये दो भी पढ़ते हैं. हाइपोनाइट्रस एसिड, द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ दीज टू. अगर हम इसको दोनों को कंबाइन करते हैं तो हाइपोनाइट्रस वाटर एलिमिनेट होते हैं ना, हाइपोनाइट्रस एसिड. एंड these are the structures as well as the oxidation state. What is the N factor of this acid? 2. These 2 hydrogen can be replaced. What is the N factor of nitrous acid? 1. This hydrogen can be replaced. What is the N factor for this nitric? 1. This hydrogen will replace. And what is the oxidation N factor of this? 1. Which is more acidic between this and this? This one. Why? Because this negative can be stabilized by resonance, but this negative cannot be stabilized by resonance. तो इनके स्ट्रक्चर्स, इनकी ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट, इनके एन फैक्टर तीनों याद रखने हैं. सिर्फ नाइट्रस के ही नहीं, फॉस्फोरस के भी है ना. फॉस्फोरस. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड फॉस्फोरस का है, जिसमें फॉस्फोरस के स्ट्रक्चर्स है. देयर आर 6 or 7 most important acidic structure of phosphorus. First is hypophosphoric acid. Hypophosphoric acid, H3PO2. 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 What is the oxidation state of this phosphorus? A single, this line represent double bond. This is the structure is like this: P double bond O, OH, HH. Plus 1. Similarly this plus 3. ठीक है, तो ये क्या है? हाइपोफॉस्फोरस. This one is phosphorus. This one is hypophosphoric acid. This is orthophosphoric is common, most acidic one, and this is pyro. This is meta. Now this is the property of monobasic, means it can able to donate 1 H plus. So the N factor will be 1. Phosphoric acid can able to donate, so that it is diabasic, and the N factor is 2, not plus 2. N factor is always a modulus value. अगर कोई एक एटम या मॉलिक्यूल 5 इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करेगा तो N factor 5 है, अगर 5 लॉस करेगा तो भी N factor 5 ही है. सिमिलरली कितने H प्लस वो दे रहा है वो N factor है. क्लियर है? कई बार देखना तुम एसिड का N factor फ्रैक्शनल होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल इस H3PO4, H3PO4, the N factor is 1, 2, and for this the N factor is 3. But the N factor is 3 only. With that, we are expecting that all 3 hydrogen are replaced by some base. But if limited amount of base is added, for example, this one, if H3PO4, the N factor is 3. Why 3? Because we can expect that all 3 hydrogen are replaceable. All 3 hydrogen are polar. All 3 hydrogen can be reacted. But if limited NaOH is added, it gives Na2HPO4 and H2O. This H3PO4 is converted to Na2HPO4. How many hydrogen are replaced? 2. So the N factor is 2. Is it clear? How you define N factor actually in all these reactions? Let's say A react with B to give C. इसकी कोफिशिएंट 3 है, इसका कोफिशिएंट 2 है. A का N factor होगा 3, B का N factor होगा 2. Clear? So the coefficient of B is actually the N factor of A. तो H3PO4 अगर 3 हाइड्रोजन के साथ रिएक्ट करेगा NaOH के साथ, ठीक है, and it give Na3PO4 plus water. So the N factor of H3PO4 is 3. 3 नहीं होगा, तीनों हाइड्रोजन दे दिए ना, तो यहाँ पे 3 लिख देते हैं. NaOH का N factor क्या है? 1. 1 OH is replaced, so यहाँ पे 1 लिखते हैं. ये रिएक्शन बैलेंस हो गई होगी, नहीं है? सो किसी भी रिएक्शन में क्या होगा कि अगर मान लो इसका N factor अभी देखो 2 था, तो यहाँ पे 2 लिखोगे. क्लियर है? कई बार वो फ्रैक्शनल वे में भी रिएक्ट करते हैं, तो ऐसा फिक्स नहीं है कि H3PO4 हम कह रहे हैं ट्राई बेसिक है तो द N factor इज ऑलवेज 3. इट मे बी फ्रैक्शनल, 2/3 भी हो सकता है. अगर हम H3PO4 प्लस NaOH करते हैं और NaOH में 2/3 करके बैलेंस हो रहा है, तो H3PO4 का N factor 2/3 होगा. आ रहा है समझ में? So N factor is never be a constant value for tri-basic acid. It may change. किसी के लिए भी change हो सकता है. Clear है? And the structure are very important because they ask structure as well as the oxidation state and N factor. ठीक है? वो ये जानना चाहते हैं कि आपको स्ट्रक्चर याद है कि नहीं, इसके लिए वो N factor पूछते हैं. अगर तुम्हें स्ट्रक्चर याद है तो तुम बता सकते हो कि N factor 3 है. Clear? बिल्कुल. हाँ बिल्कुल आएंगे. अब ऐसा तो पूछेंगे नहीं कि इसका स्ट्रक्चर क्या है, स्ट्रक्चर तो बनाओगे नहीं ना. बिल्कुल. रिप्लेसेबल हाइड्रोजन आयन को बता रही है. ठीक है. सो अब हमने हाइड्राइड, ऑक्साइड, हैलाइड और ऑक्साइड के हाइपो एसिड्स ये पढ़े और हमने जनरल स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ा है. तो तुम पढ़ोगे कैसे? आप पहले हाइड्राइड्स पढ़ना जितना मैंने बताया था और ये सारे स्ट्रक्चर्स लर्न करना. ठीक है. ऑक्साइड के स्ट्रक्चर कर लेना, हाइपोहेलस इनके स्ट्रक्चर कर लेना, इनके N factor समझ लेना. ठीक है. ऑक्साइड्स में एसिडिक स्ट्रेंथ कहाँ बढ़ रही है, कहाँ कम हो रही है, और ऑक्साइड्स के इक्विवेलेंट वेट हम कैसे निकालते हैं. क्लियर? तो ये जनरल केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी है. अब हम एक एक करके कंपाउंड्स के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. ठीक है. दिस इज नाइट्रोजन. See, preparation of nitrogen. Ammonium nitrate or ammonium NH4NO2 is heated. Is heated. This is the first method of preparation, and this is highly unstable तो ये बहुत कम टेम्परेचर पे भी एमोनिया प्रोड्यूस करेगा। तो इट विल गिव एमोनिया एंड H2O। तो नाइट्रोजन बनाने का अगर प्रिपरेशन देखोगे बहुत लिमिटेड है। एक तो एमोनियम नाइट्रेट का है जिसको हीट करके बना सकते हैं, दूसरा एमोनियम क्लोराइड है जिसमें NaNO2 डालते हैं, तो ऑक्सीडेशन हो रहा है एमोनियम नाइट्रेट प्लस NaCl, फिर इस NH4NO2 को हीट कर रहे हैं। क्लियर है? तो पहले हम NH4NO2 प्रिपेयर करते हैं, फिर हम उसे हीट करके नाइट्रोजन और वाटर बनाते हैं। समझ गए? थर्ड इज दैट एमोनियम डाइक्रोमेट, ये अगर तुमने पढ़ा होगा बहुत बार, लैब में भी एक्सपेरिमेंट हम करते हैं। एमोनियम डाइक्रोमेट इज हीटेड, इट विल गिव नाइट्रोजन, वाटर एंड Cr2O3। सारे डिकम्पोजिशन रिएक्शन है। CuO, द ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट ऑफ CuO इज +2। +2 से अगर वो इलेक्ट्रॉन गेन करता है तो कहाँ आया? कॉपर पे। और -3 से ये कहाँ आ रहा है? 0। तो ये एक रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन है। कौन सी रिएक्शन है? रिडॉक्स, जिसमें एमोनिया इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस कर रहा है, ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है। तो Cu2+ इज यूज्ड टू ऑक्सीडाइज दिस एमोनिया टू गिव नाइट्रोजन गैस। यूरिया HNO3, यूरिया रिएक्ट विद HNO3। ये रिएक्शन पढ़ी है तुमने पहले? लास्ट वाला और पढ़ा होगा, नाइट्रोजन फैमिली। एमिन से पढ़ा है? बताओ रिएक्शन मैकेनिज्म क्या है? HNO2 इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ H+, है ना? HNO2 नाइट्रस एसिड का स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होगा? डबल बॉन्ड N OH, this H+ will attack to the OH group, OH2+, ये बाहर निकलेंगे, N डबल बॉन्ड O पॉजिटिव आएगा, है ना? This positive is electrophile and this electrophile will attack to the nitrogen lone pair, क्योंकि उसकी एफिनिटी नाइट्रोजन के लिए बहुत ज्यादा है। ये पॉजिटिव न्यूट्रल हुआ, इट इज गेट पॉजिटिव, यस। NH2 इंट्रामोलिक्यूलर प्रोटोन एक्सचेंज, इंट्रामोलिक्यूलर प्रोटोन एक्सचेंज, ये H यहां चला जा रहा है, ऑक्सीजन अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन ले रहा है ना। नाउ अगेन if one more electron change, okay, so this nitrogen will again get positive charge, NH2 C double bond O and triple bond N positive plus water, diazonium बना। Now this diazonium is accept electron, it is converted to NH2 C double bond O OH and nitrogen gas, जिसको हीट करने पे क्या देगा? CO2 और वाटर। क्लियर? एमीन नाइट्रोजन की रिएक्शन है। तुमने इसको वहां देखा होगा डायजोनियम फॉर्मेशन में, देख लिया? So let's start with the reaction of ammonia. This is all about the preparation of ammonia, reaction with ammonia. There is very limited reaction with ammonia. First is the chlorine. Again, see, in this Cl2, chlorine, the oxidation state is 0. The oxidation state of nitrogen is -3. It is converted to 0 and -0 to -1. So it accepts electron and it loses electron, right? So this is converted to N2, -3 to 0, 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन लॉस कर रहा है, बट इसमें सारे एमोनिया लॉस कर रहे हैं ऐसा नहीं। देखो कुछ एमोनिया 8 लिए, हमने 3 क्लोरीन लिए, तो देयर आर सर्टेन पार्ट ऑफ एमोनिया व्हिच इज कन्वर्टेड टू ए सॉल्ट फॉर्म। एमोनिया कंसिस्ट ऑफ वन लोन पेयर, तो ये एक बेस है। HCl का जो क्लोरीन हम डाल रहे हैं लिमिटेड अमाउंट में, तो वाटर के प्रेजेंस में ये एक H+ ले रहा है, तो ये एमोनिया बना होगा NH4+, जो Cl- बना एक सॉल्ट बना, और दूसरा क्लोरीन अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन जो लॉस कर रहा था वो N2 में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. अगर हम एक्सेस क्वांटिटी में लेते हैं तो NCl3 बनता है. Excess quantity में NH4Cl is further reacted with this chlorine. This reaction again react with this chlorine to form NCl3 plus HCl with bromine NH4Br and N2. Similar with the heavy metals FeCl3. This is the reaction of NH4OH. This is the reaction of NH4OH. FeCl3 when reacted with NH4OH. This is a decomposition reaction or the salt reactions. See, NH4OH is a base. NH4OH is a weak base. When FeCl3 is treated with NH4Cl, FeCl3 plus NH4OH, it will give FeOH whole thrice, and it is a brown precipitate. It is a brown precipitate. तो तुम्हें ये याद रखना पड़ेगा ये brown precipitate है, so that they can able to react compound A. अच्छा, ये FeCl3 की जगह AlCl3, FeCl3, CrCl3, ZnCl3 भी हो सकता है, ZnCl2, ZnCl2. सबके कलर अलग अलग होंगे, रिएक्शन सबके सेम होंगे. क्लियर है? इस in place of this iron we can say MCl3 plus NH4OH will give MOH whole thrice, and different metal having MOH whole thrice have different colors. For example, iron, the color is brown. Clear? And chromium color is green. Aluminium, zinc, both white. Clear? And the reaction mechanism is simple. This placement of chlorine with respect to hydroxy group, and this can be also taken place in presence of NaOH in place of NH4OH. ठीक है? रिएक्शन सब सेम है, हमें कलर याद रखने की, क्रोमियम का ग्रीन है, एल्युमिनियम का व्हाइट, एल्युमिनियम और जिंक दोनों का व्हाइट है. ठीक. कॉपर सल्फेट के साथ एमोनियम क्लोराइड का एक थोड़ा डिफरेंट रिएक्शन है, क्योंकि वो एक कोऑर्डिनेट कॉम्प्लेक्स बना रहा है. हैव यू रिटन द कोऑर्डिनेट कॉम्प्लेक्स? हो गया कोऑर्डिनेट, कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड ही हुआ अभी. तो ये कोऑर्डिनेट कॉम्प्लेक्स बना रहा है जिसका डीप ब्लू कलर होता है. ये लैब में भी हम करते हैं, याद है? Cu to detect qualitative analysis of Cu2 plus कंटेनर है which consists of Cu2 plus. ठीक है? This container consists of Cu2 plus. We add small amount of H2SO4. So this Cu2 plus react with SO4 2 minus to give CuSO4. CuSO4. Now this CuSO4, we have what first, in the first step we have added H2SO4. It will form CuSO4. When this CuSO4 is treated with NH4OH, it gives CuNH3 whole 4 SO4. क्लियर है? इसका नाम क्या होगा? पेंटाएमिन कॉपर 2 सल्फेट. पेंटाएमिन कॉपर 2 सल्फेट. इसका कलर कैसा है? डीप ब्लू. तो ये पॉजिटिव टेस्ट किसके लिए है? Cu2 प्लस आयन के लिए. Cu2 प्लस. ठीक है. AgOH with respect to ammonia, it give diamine silver 1 hydroxide, and with AgCl it is give. Only difference is solubility. This is also test for AgCl, the solubility product of silver chloride. सिल्वर क्लोराइड की solubility product 10 to the power minus 20 होती है. तो इसका मतलब solubility कितनी आई? 10 to the minus 10. बहुत कम आई ना. इतना कम इसलिए आया क्योंकि बॉन्ड बहुत स्ट्रॉन्गर है, तो वो जल्दी डिसोशिएट नहीं करता. लेकिन एमोनिया के साथ वो एक कॉम्प्लेक्स बना लेता है. ये देखो ऐसे. सिल्वर क्लोराइड है? ये आपको क्या देता है? Ag plus and Cl minus. What is the KSP of this AgCl? 10 to the power minus 20. 10 to the power minus 20 का means solubility of Ag plus is 10 to the power minus 10. ये बहुत कम वैल्यू है ना. Now, if I add ammonia to this solution, this Ag plus react with NH3. And it will give AgNH3 whole twice plus see the charge is plus, this plus with this Cl minus form a complex. ओके, तो इसमें अगर एक पॉजिटिव चार्ज आएगा तो इसकी सॉलिबिलिटी क्या होगी, बढ़ जाएगी. तो अब ये भी एक इक्विलिब्रियम में है और इसका इक्विलिब्रियम कांस्टेंट है 10 टू द पावर 8. कितना है, ठीक है. अब दो केसेस है, अगर हम AgCl को पानी में डालें और पूछे सॉलिबिलिटी कितनी, तो आप बोलोगे ये S है, ये भी S है, Ksp 10 टू द माइनस 10 है, तो सॉलिबिलिटी रही होगी 10 टू द माइनस 10. लेकिन अगर एमोनिया ले लेते हैं, लेट्स से कि वी हैव एडेड 1 मोलर एमोनिया, कितना, 1 मोलर, तो हमने लिखा है AgCl इनसॉल्युबल है, लेकिन ये कॉम्प्लेक्स क्या है, सॉल्युबल है. इसलिए सॉल्युबल है क्योंकि इसका Kf कितना है, 10 टू द पावर 8 है. तो अब बताना जरा सॉलिबिलिटी कितनी होगी AgCl की. अगर AgCl को, if AgCl is added in pure water, the solubility is 10 to the power minus 10. The second case, this AgCl is added in 1 molar ammonia. What will be the solubility of Ag plus? What will be the solubility of AgCl? Question repeat करें. Let's say we have taken two container. We have taken, in first container I have added AgCl in water. In second container, AgCl is added in 1 molar ammonia. Solubility of AgCl in this water is, solubility of AgCl in this is, these two values you have to calculate, given that the Ksp of AgCl is 10 to the minus 20 and Kf of this is 10 to the power 8. Solve. हो गया. कितना आया, नहीं हुआ. See, the answer of this S is 10. This will be less than 10 to the power minus 10. Let's say the solubility is S. In ammonia, this reaction goes to the forward direction S minus alpha. This will be S minus alpha. This will be 1 minus 2 alpha. This will be alpha. So we have two equation. One is S into S minus alpha is 10 to the power minus 20. Second is alpha by S minus alpha into 2, 10 to the power 8. So two equation, two variables, right? Without neglecting, we cannot able to solve these two equations. अब हम इसको neglect कैसे करेंगे? क्या ये कहना ठीक है कि the expression, the second equation, the kf is 10 to the power 8. So this value is very big. If this value is very big, this reaction goes to the forward direction. So this value of alpha is very large, but because this alpha is formed from S, it cannot be greater than S. Can I say alpha is approximately equal to S? Approximately equal to. I am not saying that exact equal, because if they are exactly equal, this will become 0. But approximately they can be equal. So in this last equation, in place of alpha, can we write S, and this is S minus alpha 1 minus 2 alpha square equal to 10 to the power 8. Yes. So if you are not going to add ammonia, the value of Ag plus will be 10 to the power minus 10. After adding ammonia, the value of Ag plus will be higher than 10 to the power minus 10. But this alpha and S both are equal, and the value of S is approximately 10 to the power minus 10 range. So can we say that with respect to 1, the value of alpha is very small? So 1 minus alpha can be written as 1. 1 minus 2 alpha can be written as 1. Yes or no? So this 1 minus 2 alpha can be written as 1. So this part is eliminated out. Yes. I am multiplying both sides S. S into S minus alpha 10 to the power minus. So can I write S square equal to 10 to the power minus 12? S equals to 10 to the power minus 6. Is it clear? So now see, when AgCl is added in water, the solubility is 10 to the power minus 10. When the same AgCl is added in ammonia, the solubility is 10 to the power minus 6. It increases 10,000 times. It increases 10,000 times. So we can say AgCl is more soluble in ammonia. Okay. So I think you can able to download this Excel, right? So read the rest part of the nitrogen family. Okay. Thank you. मैम इनका डी ब्लॉक हुआ नहीं बिना उसके कोऑर्डिनेशन के बिना पी ब्लॉक पड़ता